Good morning, Chick. What do you have for us today?
Well. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskay.
That's right.
Josh Arnold in a fishing tournament on vacation, I guess. There's Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We have Josh, as you mentioned, out fishing. Willie out doing a little touring up in Chicago. And Pat's got his guitar over there. Pat's going to be our headliner for a big show at the North Star Casino Resort coming up in Bowler, Wisconsin on November 17th. We'll give you some details about that. We're going to be actually doing this show from there live early in the morning with Duke Tomato and the Power Trio, the brass to mouth horn. Should be fun.
Every time you say North Star, I want to say Motor Lodge because of Tim Wilson. And
I'll make it easy. The North Star Mohican Casino Resort in Bowler, Wisconsin.
There you go.
Outside of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Hope to see you there. Should be fun. Details, by the way, are at North Star Casino Resort /entertainment. Coming up, of course, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Comedian Paul Morrissey will be joining us. But right now we have Christy Lee right over there. She's at the Bob and Tom News Desk.
Remember yesterday we talked about the boy band in Japan called G-pop?
The man band, right?
Yes, they're all over the age of 65. G-pop, a play on the Japanese word ohani-san, which translates to old man. We didn't have any music at the time, but this morning Tom did his homework and is bringing us a little sample of some G-pop for us.
So these guys are older than the typical boy band.
Yeah, they're all over the age of 65. The video I saw, they are dressed in white suits, they had white hats, and they have very colorful scarves, and they choreograph their dancing. And
they have matching Life Alert necklaces.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Yes.
And they're called the Back Pain Boys.
Yeah.
But here we go. This is their sound.
60, 70, 80, oh my God.
What do they say?
I don't know.
Is this Japanese?
I was young.
Oh, well, it's about as melodic as a pinball machine.
Yeah, that was their...
I would pay more not to hear that than to purchase it.
That was their hit. I was young.
That was a hit?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't some of the new kids in their 50s by now?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
No,
Wow. Well, that's fun.
You mean the boy bands from here? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, like NSYNC and...
and there was a rumor they
New
were going
Kids on the Block.
to reunite for the Super Bowl.
The G-pop band is described by their record label as ordinary grandpas usually working as fishermen. I would believe that after hearing this.
Yeah.
Too old to be entertaining.
As singers, they're great fishermen.
Yeah. It's a cute little video.
Catchy. They're doing some cover tunes like Hip Breaker.
Yeah.
A lot of hooks.
AARP in the USA. Oh, these are all classic. Wow. Okay, well.
Hey, did you say AARP in the USA?
Yes.
That's right. Love that song. I feel like taking meds. These are all big hits for these guys. Instinct may be the better name for them. What else have you got over there?
Officials in Bali are searching for a tourist who was seen meditating naked at a Hindu temple. A video circulating on social media shows a man sitting with his eyes closed in front of a shrine, his unmentionables covered by greenery. The viral video enraged some Balinese social media users who called on officials to investigate the matter. According to the New York Post, authorities have identified the man in the video but have not released his name or nationality. I mean, if
I have a
it's
feeling
unmentioned-
it's Tanner from San Diego.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I would think this happens more often.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of a holy thing to do.
Yeah.
I'd be concerned about bugs crawling up my ass crack. Thank you, Ace.
Have you seen the show Naked and Afraid?
it would creep you out.
No,
So they take a man and they take a woman and they bring them out to the middle of, let's say, a desert. And they've never met before. They strip completely naked and they meet, and then they have to live together for 30 days completely naked with nothing at all, and eat bugs or whatever they can catch. But the entire time they're just being swarmed by bugs.
They're covered in bug bites.
Crawling up and in and around. And
do they
This
have?
further illustrates how difficult it is to write episodic television.
Yeah. Do they have food?
no, they have to kill their own food.
Do they have shelter?
No, they have to
It's all
make it.
blurred out, right? The parts.
You get to see, it's a lot of butts
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
and side boob, but no.
Where does one find Naked and Afraid?
I want to say Discovery.
Ace would know. He knows
My
bad
apartment.
TV.
I want to say Discovery.
Now, what's the one? What's the
Pat,
one?
did you say my
hear-
apartment?
Where would you find Naked and Afraid? My apartment is what he said.
That's true. many nights.
This is a hostage situation.
Not going to let that one slip
me.
by.
Okay, now what?
Wandering around like
Chicken talked about the show on Max.
Naked Attraction.
The Naked Attraction's the game show. What is it?
Yes, there. You choose a date. The person you're choosing is totally naked, and you doing the choosing, you're naked.
There was a show on VH1 a few years back called Dating Naked, where you met on the beach, stripped down, and dated. And that was pixelated, but it got canceled because some girl in the first season said it wasn't pixelated enough and tried to sue.
Oh, God.
When you sign up for that, don't you kind of know what you're getting in for?
I would
Exactly.
think.
I would think so. Okay.
Naked dating pretty much says it in the title.
Sharon Stone thing where she didn't know, you know.
Yeah.
We get emails every day now about Naked Attraction where people can't stop watching it.
It's really disturbing when your girls tell you that. Hey,
And
Mom, have you seen this show?
And once again, don't just start watching it, especially if you have a decent television.
Did they show the dangler?
Oh, yeah.
boy, do
Do
they.
they show
Yes.
a dangler?
Oh,
There are like
up
6 of them
close.
in these big cubes, and they're all lit
And then they
up.
have a close-up, and on a 75-inch high-definition television, it's and uncut. It's frightening. Some of them are uncut, Tom.
Oh, well, you know, whatever you're into. So
Those are hideous. They look like aliens.
So do the people chat so they get to know each other
Sure,
before they?
eventually.
yeah.
They get to the talking.
Now, are they identified by? Is there like a? I'd like to talk to
But there's
person in block B, or do you have to?
Each it's a color, like yellow, pink, red, blue, whatever it is.
I see.
So should we say goodbye to Mr. Yellow?
So is it like one man and 4 women, or is it like the show The
A
Bachelor?
woman is picking
a gent.
a gentleman.
Okay, and how many did you have
And
to choose from?
That's all I stuck around. I stuck around for the first
Yeah, I
show
did one
about
episode
10
too.
minutes, and
Yeah, I did the whole thing.
I did not. I have not watched anything, but
It's
That was enough to
I couldn't-
complete.
Yeah, you got the whole show.
I cannot. My TV's built for watching NFL football, not watching
Balls.
naked men 75 inches large in my living room.
How old are the gents?
30, 40,
yeah, 20s, 30s.
yeah,
Yeah.
20s, 30s.
Okay.
It's on Max
And
if you
where-
want to check it out.
Have you ever gotten a close look? Have you ever really examined what this show forces
Oh,
you
boy,
to do?
it's- yeah.
An uncut gentleman?
No, I've never.
Yes, I know.
Had occasion to.
yeah, I have.
You mean on the show?
Yeah.
Have you seen one in the wild?
No, I've seen one in the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there was one in the in the locker room on the football team, but I'd rather not.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
I didn't get as close to it as on my television in my living room.
Would have been awkward. I'm guessing.
You know what a close-up is, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check. What channel is it on?
Max.
Okay. That's the former HBO.
Yeah.
Stop saying that. They get mad when you say that.
You mean like when they say X, formerly Twitter? What, does anyone understand branding anymore? Hey, you've got one of the great brands out there, HBO, one of the originals. Let's change the name and confuse everybody. We have some new words added to the dictionary, and we went over a couple of these. I want to see if you can get a couple of these, Mr. Oskay.
All right.
Rizz, R-I-Z-Z.
Riz.
I've never heard this used this way. But
Can you use it in a sentence for me?
Is it a noun or a verb or?
that guy, he's got a lot of Riz going. The chicks love him. It's short for charisma.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's never been used ever.
Slang. Yeah.
Bingo card.
That's where you get together, and often in a church
In a game,
setting,
yeah.
and they call numbers.
The example they give is Taylor Swift becoming the talk of the NFL wasn't on my bingo card.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
It's kind of like they have a bingo card for the show here. Like every time you
Yes.
say hello there, people take a shot or
Right.
mark off their bingo card.
but this is sort of something that wasn't expected. Oh, that wasn't on my bingo card. In other words, you weren't thinking that was going to happen. Again, I've never heard anyone say that. Goated.
That greatest of all time.
Yeah.
What do you mean, goated?
That's what it says.
It's been
goated.
An adjective like.
He was,
He was goaded. He
like
was
knighted.
declared.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah. We talked about this one. I've never heard this. Smishing.
Yeah, we did talk about that
The
with
practice of sending text messages to someone in order to trick the person into revealing personal or confidential information which can be used for criminal purposes.
Yeah.
That happens to elderly people a lot.
This is where they get the announcement saying we're going to cut off your electricity and call this number and they get there. Okay.
Or your Netflix account's going to be shut down, or you have an Amazon package, or
Okay. Jorts.
Oh, everybody knows what jorts are.
I wouldn't have known this.
Jean shorts?
I know what jarts are.
Yeah.
Jarts are those darts you heave in the air. They tend to go through the skulls of people playing the game.
Yeah.
Jorts, yeah, you're right. Denim shorts.
Jean shorts, sure. That's just now being put in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Had you heard that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For years.
How about this one? A thirst trap.
Oh, that's when you post a picture that will get a lot of likes and comments.
Yeah. That's kind of an odd phrase, but yeah, it's a selfie typically for the purpose of attracting attention or desire. Also, someone or something that attracts attention or strong desire. Doom scroll.
Doom scroll.
To spend excessive time online scrolling.
And then getting depressed about it?
Nerdle.
Someone who likes to play Wordle.
Yeah.
A nerd who likes Wordle? No.
A plastic pellet.
What?
The
What?
raw material from which plastic products are manufactured. I don't know who would.
Why would you ever use nerdle?
I don't know. And then Zuz, Zhuzh, or Zuz, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know what this means. It says a small improvement or something that completes the overall look. So use.
And these are in the dictionary
Yeah,
now.
these are in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. You'd zooz up. Oh, he looked okay, but then he zoozed up by putting that tie on.
I feel like I'm doing an Al Jackson segment.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, those
come
are
on.
just a handful of the new words that are out there. We return the microphone to Christy Lee.
A scenic area in China's Hunan province is home to the world's most inconvenient convenience store. It's a small wooden hut perched on the side of a vertical cliff more than 120 yards above the ground. Visitors navigate up the cliff using iron handrails, horizontal ladders, and fixed cables. The store used to be a rock climbing hut where climbers could rest midway through their ascent up the cliff. However, a few years ago, it was converted into this very unusual convenience store that provides visitors with free water as well as mooncake sodas and juices for a price.
Yeah.
I think the price would be you made it.
Yeah. The markup on that. The
Yeah.
$100,000 bar is actually $100,000.
Yeah.
That's what they charge you.
And if you misstep the shop and drop,
Yes.
that would be.
I don't see you eating a moon pie, a moon cake. You know what a moon pie is?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a pastry made primarily of plastic and
Moon pie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Marshmallow and
And
graham
cracker with a chocolate coating on
and
top?
sometimes banana.
No,
Yeah.
Banana moon
I don't
pie.
eat stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a moon pie.
Are they
lately.
round?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, they're round.
You don't see them very often?
I haven't seen. I don't think they're as popular as they.
I can have a case here in 2 hours.
I bet you you can do it in an hour.
You have a moon story coming up, I know, right, Christine?
Yeah?
You said you plugged it yesterday, some kind of moon something.
How did that happen? The human ass and moon. Who came up with that?
Well, I mean, it's
Simile.
typically roundish and
Okay. Oh, that pops out at night.
moonlight.
Oh, moonbathing. Yes, we do have that coming.
Well, give me the teaser on moonbathing.
Yeah, coming up if
oh.
if you have very sensitive skin and you can't, let's say, sunbathe, maybe you can moonbathe. We'll talk about that coming up.
I'm skeptical.
All right, you're always skeptical, my friend.
Well, a moontan, golden earring, right?
It sounds
Not the album?
excessively dumb.
All right.
Now, to cheer you up right now, I thought we would once again feature our Weimaraner friend from Australia playing a solo on the cardboard from
The cardboard tube from a paper towel.
Here we go.
Roll. There he is.
Who's this now?
This is Gus from Australia. He's a good boy. He's a Weimaraner, and his owner knows Gus wants to play the paper towel tube when he jumps up on the couch and sits like a good boy, and he gives him the paper towel tube, and he starts playing.
This sounded like Pat when he got in his car the other day after a 5-hour car ride.
Oh.
Made about the same.
And there's also a golden retriever out there who plays a whistle. Somebody sent me that earlier today. I didn't have the...
But if you want to find it's Gus, the Weimaraner in Australia, if you want to see it, it's
and
classic.
it's really him playing the paper tube.
Yeah, that really is him. Also, earlier we had this report. And we have an update on the monkey on the loose. The monkey's been captured. Is that correct?
That is correct. The monkey
But
was
has
captured.
not been returned to his house.
No,
right?
he's currently housed in the Indianapolis Zoo, and we're going to decide what they do with him later, I guess. I don't know
And
if
the
they're
monkey's name is?
Momo.
Well, thank you, Phil. Just a touch of Phil Collins expressing his fondness for the monkey. Anyways, but right now, I'll urge you to enter our contest. This is officially Week 5 in the NFL, and we have had 4 winners already. You could be the winner next week.
And what's the contest called?
It's called the Pigskin Pick'em.
Mommy's little piggy.
Thank you. Obviously, a lot of people probably off to a tough start.
Yes, it's a rough year.
Because the Chicago Bears, after being...
hadn't won for 347 days, Tom.
won last night, big time.
Yeah, 40
And
to 20 over another NFL
you can still
team.
enter bobandtom.com/contest, and you can adjust your picks prior to any game. And last week's winner, Josh Casey of Pittsburgh, Kansas, had all 16 of 16. Our previous winners have all had 15 of 16. So there's still hope out there for many of you. We'll see if someone gets them all. It could be you, and if you do get them, you get to enjoy the beautiful Big Green Egg Mini Max, the Rolls-Royce of cooking devices. One more thing, we are going to be on the road doing this show, once again, from Bowler, Wisconsin, a special live broadcast on the morning of November 17th. That's November 17th, excuse me. And you can come and hang out with us. And then 2 shows that night featuring Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold, Jeff Oskay, Willie G. I'll be there. Chick will be there. We have a couple surprises for you as well. And the first show already sold out. Second show added. Information at North Star Casino Resort /entertainment. We hope you can join us. By the way, the morning show, anybody can come and hang out if you want, and it'll be fun. We'll have Duke Tomato and the Power Trio and the Brass to Mouth Horns. Coming right back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
Well, my gosh, if we
Is it who I think it is?
I think it is. Looks to me like he's wearing a bright orange.
Wait a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen,
coat.
he can't hear me yet. Put your headphones on, you giant jerk.
Looks to be the one and only.
Dick Mango!
Mango! Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dick Mango.
So good to see you.
Just get in the groove here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we can tell.
Oh, yeah, baby. Well,
He's got to look around now. He's looking around.
All right, Tom.
is this on that tube thing?
It is, yeah.
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube and a KY jelly.
Oh, Dick.
Started with a joke. That's what it's for, buddy. You tell me when to go there, Dukas. Hey, now, Tommy.
Dukas.
Here we go. I
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster got up from his slab and rose, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
he did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
The mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt for my electrodes.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
They did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. Zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking. You were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. They played the monster mash.
They played the mash.
It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid, shook his fist, and said, "Whatever happened to the Transylvania twist?" It's now the monster mash.
The monster mash.
And it's a graveyard smash.
The mash.
It caught on in a flash.
The mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now, everything is cool. Drac's part of the band. And my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, the mash was meant to. When I get to the door, tell them, Boris sent you. Then you can monster mash.
The monster mash.
And do my graveyard smash.
The monster mash.
You'll catch on in a flash.
Then you can mash.
Do the monster mash. Easy, Chick McGee. You impetuous boy. Joshy, take your hands off that pizza and out of your pants. Christy Lee, boobs back in the brassiere. And who's the sexy one with the bouffant? Oh, that's Ace. Oh, and there's a lovely lady, too. Make me a frittata, bitch. I must go.
You forgot me again.
Who?
Pat Godwin.
You owe me money. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dick Mango.
Dick Mango.
Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Lovely surprise.
Dr. Duke Tomato and the Power Trio.
I do like porn, but I'm going to ask you guys a favor. We get a lot of emails sent to the show. You can stop sending me porn clips, okay? Thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate it, but I'll be honest, I want to find my own porn, okay? T-Rex doesn't want to be fed. T-Rex wants to hunt. That's...
Which was stupid because they could have just went, "Hey, we lost some oil."
They got this little turn around and yelled at you.
The guy sitting next to me is losing his mind. He goes, "Hey man, if one of these engines fails, how far will the other one take us?" And I was like, all the way to the scene of the crash.
Can I tell you something? Hey. My mother used to chew her toenails
No way.
in front of me.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Clothed or not?
Clothed.
Oh, thank God. that is a visual.
Poor Bob has lost it over there.
A little best of right here. Right here.
That would be,
Totally naked.
I think
How did you even think of that?
You would get,
See anything you like, boy?
I think you'd
remember
get
that.
free psychiatry for life, free Prozac, whatever
There's a
you
government
want.
program for that.
We are going to fix you.
How about it, boy? See anything you like?
You can imagine the twisting that would be
There's a
involved.
lot of people who can't even do that.
Okay. She was very limber. Show's over.
Hey, everybody. This is.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's the one, the only Jeff Oskay.
Let's do this, baby.
There we go. We're starting again. Josh Arnold is off fishing. A fishing weekend. There's Ace Cosby. Hey, I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick. Coming up, comedian Paul Morrissey will be joining us. Certainly looking forward to talking to Paul.
Not Morrissey.
No.
Although
the singer?
I could not tell you a Morrissey song.
I couldn't either.
What's that one with the...
He's kind of a
What is
brooding,
now?
Kind of a brooding guy.
Surprised.
Gets a lot of press.
Is he British?
Was he in the Replacements? Or
The Smiths. The Smiths.
The Smiths, yeah.
What is now, I think, is the hit.
And he walked off. He walked out of a show after one song last year. Apparently very moody. But that's not our guest. You see, now you're confusing.
Yeah, we definitely are.
There's nothing I dislike more than someone who's moody.
Then you better put.
You're not supposed to laugh that hard.
You better put the mirror down.
Well, when you have a song called Heaven Knows I'm Miserable, you know you're going to be
Okay.
moody.
Comedian Paul Morrissey, not Morrissey, will be our guest.
We'll see about that.
Excellent basketball player, kind of a legend in the world of sports.
I think he's Paul is the comedian that we think of the most and forget his name the most. I think.
Okay.
Hands down.
We'll look forward to remembering him when he's in here in a matter of moments.
Oh,
in
you
the
know
meantime,
that guy who's really good at basketball? Doesn't look like he is. And
we have Christy Lee with a story. I have not heard this. Something about moontan.
Moon bathing.
Okay, sorry.
It's a practice of exposing yourself to the light of the moon in an effort to drink in the cooling lunar energy.
So what lunatic does this?
Well, this is according to Yogapedia, Tom.
Oh, of course. That's right. Got all my medical information.
Well, now
there's a Yogapedia?
Yeah, apparently the practice of moonbathing believed to be beneficial for hypertension, rashes, hives, and various inflammatory conditions.
Really?
Moonbathing is an ancient practice. You are just scoffing at this before you even know. And it definitely cultivates with a connection with the moon. It's practiced among cultures in India, China, Egypt, and Arabia.
Any place where they've developed a flush toilet
Most
practice?
often, moonbathing is done in places where the moon is in full view. Well, yeah, it's hard to moonbathe when there's no moonlight, I would think. And of course, they suggest taking a walk in the moonlight or lying on a blanket under the moon, similar to sunbathing, at least for 5 minutes, or you don't get the benefits.
This sounds to me like something some guy thought up. Hey, baby, I got a blanket. There's a full moon. We're going to go out and take all our clothes off.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, this is what the ancient Egyptians did. This is moon bathing. Oh, look. I have a huge erection.
It is suggested that to fully capture the cyclical creation and revealing power of the moon, it's best to bathe every 2 to 3 days or at least once a week.
Yeah, and it's important to quack like a duck when you're doing this also.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. Pat's waving his arms. What's happening, Pat?
I just stretching, but I could do something for you.
Okay.
Well, it's a hell of a night for a moon bath with the man in the moon on your face.
I guessed this.
I know you did yesterday. It's like sunning your taint in the cool grass.
Yeah!
A new fad is taking its place. Oh, the lunar cycles are sinking, depending on your time of the month.
Yeah.
Are you a Virgo? That's what I'm thinking. I'm a Capricorn. I've only done this once. You know the magic mushrooms, will make you giggle and blush. And the full moonlight's gonna shine on your tush. Whoa, by the way, I'm nuts. Can we strip down all nude and get some moon? not, but I want a moon bath. I want a moon bath. I'm nuts.
Thank you very much.
All you have to do is stand or sit in the light of the moon and absorb the light for 5 or more minutes and make it romantic. Bring some water with you to absorb the lunar frequency.
Yeah. Don't you mean by water? You mean vodka?
No, well, that probably wouldn't hurt.
I have an ex who
Moonbathes?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and to let you know where she's at, she sent me a text the other day letting me know that the alert system for the FEMA was going to set off all of our all of our vaccination shots. That was going to be the tone that set that off to take control of us.
Wow, nut job. Huh?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, she dated me.
Oh, there you go. So I was trying to dig up another story
about moon bath.
No, I was trying to find the one about
Taint?
the guy that was the actor that was sunbathing his perineum.
Yeah, Josh Brolin.
Yeah, Josh Brolin he'd read this idiot whatever Twitter nonsense about shooting your spreading your legs out for the sun, and he of course got terribly sunburned. So I typed in perineum, and this story came up. A man who bruised his perineum in a moped accident had to endure a 9-day erection as a result.
Oh.
This is in the Case Reports Urology Journal. The 35-year-old man fell off his moped and bruised the area between his genitals and his anus, according to the Case Reports. He was classified as having a grade 4 erection. By the way, it's a Roman numeral. That, by the way, is the highest level on the erection hardness score.
Whoa!
Does anybody?
I've never heard of this.
The erection hardness score. Can you buy T-shirts for this thing? Has anybody heard of this?
I have not.
I don't think so.
A grade 4 erection. That means obviously there must be a grade 3, a grade 2,
Is
a
that
grade
what that
1.
thing over there is?
Could be.
It is actually.
That might be.
We have a device in the room.
What is that for? Is that for that's a drug
You're supposed to show, to your doctor.
There's 4 finger-like vertical shafts in there, and they're of different stiffnesses. Is that correct? And
stiffnesses, yes.
And apparently, what that is used by, I guess, urologists to
from floppy to stiff. If you will.
They're about 4 inches long.
So we'll touch the fourth one.
And
that's way too big.
See, the one in the extreme.
I like what you're doing with the first
The
one.
one in the extreme left rather floppy.
I think that would be grade 1.
Okay, then you go up. This is a little stiffer.
Grade 2.
A little stiffer.
It's a little stiffer.
Oh, what about 4?
This one's got enough
oomph
power.
That'll get the job done.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Christy says that'll get the job done.
Rigidity?
That would be it. This one's got enough rigidity. With a little effort, you could probably get this baby, to perform.
Yeah.
This one, you could drive a nail in.
Yeah,
with this
right?
baby. This is what these call them RDC.
That must be grade 4 right there.
RDC.
It's gotta be.
Raging Diamond Cutter. Yeah, this thing is almost no flex at all. So in any event, while I was searching for that other thing, I found this, but I was not aware of that. I love the fact that it's in Roman numerals. Jerry, you got a grade 4 on the erection hardness scale. Congratulations.
How you feeling?
Well, the worst part is he couldn't even have any drinks for the pain.
No.
After falling off his moped.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
35-year-old guy in a moped, probably a DUI.
Most likely in a program.
But he could not get rid of the erection for 9 days.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, though, Jeff Oskay, didn't you tell me you had a 4-year erection? You called it high school?
Oh, boy,
pretty much.
Wow. Well, there you go. The erection hardness scale. Good to know that it's out there. Now, when we come back, we're going to hang out with comedian Paul Morrissey, and we have a couple cool requests coming up, as well as the Vikings are in the news, and an unusual giraffe feces story in the news. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us? Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This may come as no surprise. This is a song about farming.
Farming. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I think that farming should all be done by hand. When I see your tractor, I wanna hoe your land. I want to hoe your land. I want to hoe your land.
Yeah, you got that combine, which I don't understand. If you were to heathen, you go and hoe your land. Now go and hoe your land. Please go and hoe your land.
When I'm hoeing, I feel holy inside. But John Deere tractors are forbidden. I can't ride. I can't ride. I can't ride. My mule sure is something. He don't cost 20 grand. When I feed him carrots, he helps me plow my land. He helps me plow my land. He helps me plow my land.
Und wenn wir plowing, we feel happy outside. I used to have another mule, but he died. But he died. But he died.
You English, Mr. Tractor, you'll surely all be damned. If you were so lazy, you'd go and hoe your land. Now go and hoe your land. Please go and hoe your land. You better hoe your land.
All right. An original song, The Electric Amish.
The airport has got like magical powers. The airport's the only place where like you could be on the floor eating a salad. And somebody will come up to you and ask you to watch their most precious things. You know, like, can you watch my back and my kid? Name 8 Jackson, you know, slot 32B or whatever, and you just go find your car. And I went there, and you know, 29, 30, 31, and then there's no 32. It just started with another rental car. It's like, I know I can't ask like, where's 32 after 31, because they might not let you take the car, you know? Eventually, I went and asked. I was like, "Hey, ma'am, there's no 32. There's just budget." And she goes, "Oh, we merged with budget, so that's an Avis car. So just take that." I should have just taken the car on the off chance that there was a corporate takeover. And then maybe drive to somebody's house and break in and go to bed and hope it's an Airbnb. What are you talking about? Like, the Olympics are my favorite 4 years because they give that stat every 4 years about how many condoms they hand out at Olympic Village. This year, we gave away 618,000 condoms at Olympic Village, and every time I hear that stat, I'm like, why? Those are our best people. What are we talking? That kid would be perfect. It'd be good on the land and the sea. It'd be like a first human Range Rover. What are we... How about we start handing out condoms at Storage Wars meet and greets? A basketball fan, and they said like, if everything works out perfectly in the next 3 years, LeBron James and his son will be in the NBA at the same time. I was like, oh, that's cool. But then I did a little math of my own, and I figured out that in 6.5 years, me and my daughter's student loans are gonna overlap.
No, one of them is condoms. The next is French ticklers.
Oh,
Something that looks like a cat toy. You know.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
I think we've done all the damage we can do.
Oh, no.
And then, I know.
Started.
And then a little button you walk over, press it, and you just hear a chick going, "Are you ready?"
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then the disco music starts. Oh yeah.
Techno action.
Christy! Actually, it's chicks.
A thought from Paul Gilmartin.
Down the elevator shaft they plunged, hurtling towards their death, their faces drawn by Edvard Munch. They smelled the devil's breath. Your tongue, she said at number 3. Let me see its size. He grinned and licked his forehead. She buckled at the thighs. The impact satisfied them both. Police were left some clues. A smiling woman all alone in a stranger's pair of shoes.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Jess Hooker at Josh Arnold's slot.
Hello.
Ladies, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Chick McGee.
There's Josh Arnold on vacation out of a fishing bank somewhere.
Choke you all.
There's Jeff Oskay.
Jeff.
I thought I covered. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom
Don't
with
worry.
our special guest.
Tom's called you Josh about 6 times today.
That's okay. I'm just glad to be in
Just
here.
twice.
Yeah, that one time you said Jerry. That was my favorite one.
Okay, and our next, I'm so excited.
Award-winning comedian in the studio. and I'll tell
We're
you
joined
why.
by comedian Paul Morrissey, not to be confused with the brooding singer Morrissey. Paul,
I don't think I'd know a Morrissey song if you played one. I don't think.
You know the Smiths, though, right?
I don't think I would.
Really?
Girlfriend. How soon is now?
Yeah.
Maybe Paul Morrissey can sing one. No, he's a comedian. And Paul, it's always a great pleasure to see you. And Paul has a new project out there. It's a collection of his stand-up comedy called Ice Cream and Everything, or Ice Cream versus
Ice Cream
Everything?
versus Everything, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. That
Yeah.
sounds good. Well,
I firmly believe that, so.
Okay.
What's your favorite flavor?
I will go cookie dough. Also, I've had I had an ice cream flavor named after me, which was orange creamsicle infused with vodka, which I didn't know they could do.
Oh, I didn't either.
Yeah, you can do it at home.
It's
Thanks.
And who named this after you?
It's in my hometown, Owego, New York. Ice Cream Works, yeah, the hometown store.
And aren't you kind of a basketball stud in your hometown?
I don't know if anybody remembers that. Everyone's retired. My dad was my coach, retired now. So
Isn't your dad like in the Hall of Fame or something?
He's a New York Section 4 Hall of Fame coach,
So you said Section 4.
That is, yeah,
it sounds
That's like
you said-
Klinger, right? On MASH, you wanted a Section 4?
yeah. Yeah, I was, he's a great coach. He was also a driver's ed teacher, which those guys don't really get to shine too much. But his one great story now is that his prize student in driver's ed was Doug Hurley, first pilot on SpaceX. So how many times do the driver's ed teachers get to brag about teaching an astronaut how to drive?
That's cool. But you were a very good basketball player?
Well, is that any relation? Is Doug Hurley the Hurley basketball family? Or?
No.
Okay.
No relation. No basketball skills. He was a soccer player. So.
But you have great basketball skills?
I was pretty good. You know, I think I was talking about how Hoosiers was my favorite all-time movie last time I was on the show. And someone from the Hoosier gym actually opened it up for me and set up a whole game for me to play. So I have you guys to thank.
That is
pretty
cool.
awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you win?
What's that?
Did you win?
They got a bunch of high school kids, so they were in way better shape than me. But it was just fun to. They gave me a jersey and everything. So.
And you you played college basketball?
Yeah, I played starting point guard at Binghamton University, and then also Cortland State. I'm the all-time 3-point percentage leader. 47%.
Boy, there's always some crazy white guy hitting trays, isn't there? Right?
See, but that was back when if you shot threes, you had to make them. If you shot 2 or 3 in a row and you didn't make them, you'd get benched. And now you're allowed to take 10 in a row, and they're like, oh, But back then, I remember there's a couple games I was like 4 for 4 and 6 for 6, and it was like, if you made them, you got to keep shooting. So that was my philosophy.
That's great. Are you still? Do you still have the 3?
I still like shooting around. It's a good, relaxing, like meditative thing,
Especially if you're good at it.
Yeah, it's a muscle memory. I think it's like I don't play piano or guitar or anything like that, but it would seem like people who noodle on the guitar and the piano, it's relaxing for
Now,
me. So.
am I correct in saying you were asked to be in the Washington Generals?
Yeah, I had a couple buddies who did that, and I still regret to this day not doing it. I took basketball way too seriously, so I was like, and that's when I took the sports anchor job with ABC. But I had 3 friends that did it. My buddy Nate O'Neill that played at Colgate, he did it for a couple of years, and he said it combined my 3 favorite things: traveling the world, shooting 3-pointers, and playing no defense. So.
I love the Globetrotters. I saw him last year. I'll go see him again this year.
He talks about him every year like it's Christmas.
Oh, it's the best. You ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters?
Not live, no.
Oh, they're the best.
And they catch you every time with their tricks, don't they?
Oh, I love them.
And they're the same tricks every year.
Doesn't matter. They're great.
You know, it's not always water in the bucket. And you're
confetti in the purse, whatever.
They bring a ladder out onto the court.
Last time I was there, they had an extension ladder.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
That's just poor officiating, right? Am I right?
I mean, and of course, the Washington Generals are the team that loses to them every game.
Yeah, I think they retire the team as like because I have a friend's dad who was also a coach, and he played for them in the 60s, and it was kind of during
Meadowlark Lemon and
yeah, it must have been like I think it was during a down period where everyone was playing in the NBA and stuff like that, and so they're trying to get attention, and so all you want as a general is like one time to get to like take them down, you know? So like halftime, they're like, if you can take him tonight, take him. And he's like, we choked so bad. We lost by like 30.
Oh, that would have been quite an adventure. Paul Morrissey did not play for the Washington Generals against the Harlem Globetrotters.
Do you know, Tom and I played basketball in front of a pretty full house, a charity situation.
We have
Many years
photos.
Yes, and I was making a break as much as I could at that point for the bucket, and you fouled me so hard. I hit the ground, and it's everything you would expect. All I heard was the crowd go, oh.
Yikes.
It was a dirty, dirty foul.
My apologies. Is your dad still with us? Is he?
Yeah. He's retired in Florida. He plays a lot of golf now. He still shoots. He loves shooting. He shoots 103 free throws a day, and
really?
he still likes shooting around. But full court stuff you got to put up at some point, you know.
Now, if you had a free throw contest with your dad, who would win?
He's still the best shooter in the family, I would say.
Really?
Yeah. And I was pretty good. I think I led the nation at one point during a season. Like I had a stretch of like 40 in a row or something. But yeah, I grew up in upstate New York. There's nothing else to do. So the gym had heat, and we were inside. I grew up on a farm, and I'm allergic to hay, so there's no place to go.
Wow. Paul Morrissey is our guest. He's working with Tom Papa. I know you got a show tomorrow in Michigan City at the Blue Chip Casino, I believe?
Blue Chip Casino, yeah.
That'll be good. Are you guys on tour, or is this just a couple shows?
Just this weekend, and then we do Phoenix and Thousand Oaks in a couple weeks. Just fun theater weekend gigs with your pals. So it's
now,
always good.
are you a married guy, single guy? What's happening?
I am single. I don't know if that's. I don't know why I said that like it's a reality show.
I am single.
Naked and what was the one you were talking about?
Naked Attraction.
Naked and funny. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you've obviously showered with a lot of men.
Have you seen the Naked Attraction game show?
No, I haven't yet.
They're totally naked all the time, man.
Is that the one with the boxes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Boxes and the other things too.
I had not anticipated a man's genitals on my 75-inch high definition television.
Yeah. So they're standing in this giant box and they start lifting the curtain.
Yes.
And it lifts from the bottom up. So first you see their feet and then their calves and
just
then
like
and then they stop at the waist.
As a culture and a society, what's left?
And then when they make
is there going to be a show with an optically correct penis entering a woman?
And they
now finally we go inside.
Easy, what's big fella?
No, what's left? I'm seriously.
But then they make the woman makes an elimination, and
she poops.
No.
Yes. craps right on stage.
Well, that's an attraction.
They get rid
I do not want to watch this.
They get rid of such and such, and
yeah, just based on.
he comes out. Did you see this? He comes out and they get him dressed, and then he leaves dressed, and you go, "Oh, that's what he looks like with clothes."
So,
on.
wait a minute, so does the woman eliminate this person before even seeing their face?
Yes.
Some of them, yeah.
Just based on their male
then
members.
Then they come out, yeah.
Yes.
So she can like hit a buzzer at any time in the point of the...
There's no
not
buzzer, but
the host will go. Okay, well, I guess it's time to make our first elimination. And they crap on stage.
And they're incredibly kind. Their comments too. They're not a little nasty.
No, they're not.
So it'll be.
you don't want
it's
them
very
to be
British.
nasty.
So it'll be. Well, it's small but well shaped.
Chick's right. It's a
I'm not
British
even-
show.
I'm not even sure that's the best way to judge someone, right? It's not like you're in performance mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And what if it goes into
Are they
performance
angry?
mode?
No.
No.
I can't imagine if anybody was.
Are they allowed to do any? What's the word I'm looking
Fluffing?
for? Pre-gaming. Fluffing would be the term.
No, but they didn't they like do something?
And no Charlie Chaplin. You can't.
You can't
move
swing it around. Okay.
No.
Didn't the guy tense up his abs at some point? Or
Yes,
something?
he
I
did
think
a little ripple
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Has anybody been thrown out and you just hear him yell, "I'm a grower, not a shower. I'm a grower."
Leave me alone.
Do they get to speak to these people, or is it strictly
No.
based on the visual?
No, I only watched like the first 10 minutes. I was surprised. It's all I could take. I had no idea what to expect, and I didn't expect what I saw.
But Pat, you watched the whole episode, right?
I did, yeah, on IMAX. I really enjoyed it. No, I'm kidding. It was my home TV. You know, one's good enough for me. Yeah, it was really interesting, though.
In what way?
It was wild that they just reverse the dating process and they go with the physical to get out of the way. And the last date is actually pretty cool. They're talking like it's a normal date.
I guess you have nothing left to hide,
Right,
do you?
yeah.
I mean,
There's no nerves.
The person who gets eliminated, do they actually get to see their face?
Yes, they do come out
they
and
put
say hi.
clothes
Like the
on
old
them.
dating game. They come out and, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get back to our guest in a few minutes. He is Paul Morrissey, comedian. We'll find out what's going on in your life. Are you using the dating apps? Are you out there? Are you?
Yeah, I mean, Tinder is kind of the sleazy one now. Nobody uses that anymore. It's just all fake pictures, and everyone uses the same sentence. All the women use this sentence. I don't know if you see it. It says, "I'm fluent in sarcasm." He.
oh my goodness.
I've seen that.
And then I write. I'm a comedian, so I was like, "Oh, that's so cool that you're fluent in sarcasm." And she's like, "Really?" I was like, "Nah, I was being sarcastic." 0 for 1, I think.
Not as fluent as you thought.
But I think this my strategy. I want to meet a girl on LinkedIn. That's what I'm gonna do. I want salary history.
There you go.
I want to meet a CEO. I think that's a better plan.
Right now, I want to talk to you about enjoying this show with those great earbuds in your face.
Raycon, everyday earbuds.
They're the best.
You know what time it is? That's
time is
right. It's Raycon's birthday.
Oh.
They're turning 6 years old. And in that time, Raycon's made a name for themselves in the premium audio space. Their everyday earbuds are known for delivering high-quality audio and thoughtful features like the 32-hour battery life, perfect in-ear fit with those gorgeous gel tips, seamless Bluetooth syncing, all-day wear, lasting comfort. All this at half the price of other premium audio brands. And Raycon, of course, with the 78,000 five-star reviews. And this past year, they've expanded their entire business with the introduction of Raycon Home and Raycon PowerTech. So needless to say, there is a lot to celebrate on the 6th birthday. To thank everyone who's shown them support in the past 6 years, Raycon is offering 20% off everything on their site with select products up to 40%. Celebrate Raycon turning 6. Their biggest sale of the year going on now. Hurry to buyraycon.com/Tom. Use the code BIRTHDAY to get 20 to 40% off site-wide. That's code BIRTHDAY at buyraycon.com/Tom to score 20 to 40% off. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
I remember something really interesting about our guest. When we come back, I'm going to ask you about it.
I say he's the most talked about comedian that we talk about and can't remember his name.
That's not a compliment.
I know it's not, but that's what he is. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Paul.
I'm sorry, Phil. That's
No,
what
it's
I
Paul.
Oh, was it Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He's Paul Morrissey. And
what's Morrissey's first name?
Jackass. I don't know.
That's weird.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
I'll play an old one.
You don't? Okay, cool.
Take it, Jack. Elvis would have been there. Well, I was born in a small town and live in a small town. Papa died in a small town. Oh, the small communities. And all my friends, it's a small town. My parents live in the same small town. My job is a small town. Provides a little opportunity. Educated in a small town. Taught to fear Jesus in a small town. Used to daydream in that small town. Another woman, no money, that's me. But I seen it all in a small town. Had myself a ball in a small town. Married an LA doll and brought her to this small town. That small town is like me. No, I cannot forget from where it is that I come from. And I forget the people who love me. I can be myself here in this small town. People let me be just what I want to be. Got nothing against a big town. Man, it's still hazy enough to say, look who's in the big town. But my bed is in a small town. Oh, that's good enough for me. I was born in a small town. And I can breathe in a small town. Probably die in a small town. Oh, that's probably where the bury me.
You took my breath away from the moment I first saw you. Will you marry me, Dolly?
She said yes! She said yes!
It's not a real person.
It's not a real diamond. Real, natural, earthborn diamond. For your real love, from a real jeweler you can trust. Steven Singer Jewelers.
And you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
It's time now for the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Baby, let's make love. You know, we haven't been together since the start of the new millennium.
Well, technically, the new millennium doesn't start until January 1st, 2001. Yeah, obviously, there was no year zero, so
Okay, whatever, but come on, baby. I want to try this kinky thing I read about using warm vegetables. I've got carrots, potatoes, and your favorite, tomatoes.
You know, that's kind of a common mistake. The tomato actually is a fruit, not a vegetable. Interestingly enough, the tomato is in the same family as the poisonous nightshade plant. And
Listen, don't talk. Just come to bed. I'll tell you what, I'll give you.
you know, it's odd that people call it that. There's actually no blowing involved. You know, the term probably originated.
Oh, forget it. I'm out of here. You can go yourself.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Oh, hello, chick.
Hi there. I thought that was you. There's Pat Godwin in the performance studio.
Hey, chick.
How many songs this morning so far?
I don't think I've done a one.
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
What?
You did Moonbath and didn't
God,
you do
I
something
forgot
else?
about that.
Another one?
Something else. Yeah.
There's Jeff Oskay.
That's right.
There's
So
Ace.
memorable, we forgot.
Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee. Here's Tom Griswold with our special comedian guest.
Thank you very much. He is comedian Paul Morrissey on tour right now with Tom Papa. And Paul is a very fine basketball player of all things. I've always thought this was fascinating. And you have the record for what, the best three-point percentage? What is it again?
Yeah, Cortland State, my percentage is still the best. Everyone passes because everyone shoots like 1,000 3-pointers now, but my percentage is still up there, so that I'm lucky. But yeah, I mean, you're overselling it now. I've been doing comedy for 20 years, and I don't think I could do. I could play 3-on-3 right now, but I don't know if I could do a full court game.
What's your percentage of three-pointers when you're just on the court by yourself?
Still pretty good.
100%.
Yeah.
He's by himself. He's not gonna.
Oh, I missed it. I'm not going to count that one.
Starting over now.
Before you leave the court, do you have to make sure you make your last shot?
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, me too.
You too, like
Absolutely.
he shoots basketball.
Yeah.
I have a basketball at my son's house. I occasionally lower
When's the last time you shot
basket to 8 feet.
Your
and then
arm
start
won't go
firing.
up high
Yeah,
enough
you
to
can't
shoot.
shoot
Yeah,
down.
my ability to shoot has been mangled by a motorcycle crash. The point is, let's visit with our guest. I'm trying to remember, last time you were here, am I correct in saying you are an extraordinarily picky eater? Are you that guy?
Yeah, yep. We remember, so I've never had an egg.
That's it.
And I've never had coffee, which is what blows people's minds even more.
You wake up.
Would you like an egg? I have 2 right here.
Oh, man.
I have a nice iced coffee.
Do they give you the willies? Eggs give you the willies?
I've never, I mean, it's nothing that, it's not, I can look at them. It's not like a weird thing like that. But like when you ever walk into a room and you're like, oh, it smells like eggs. Is that a good thing? It's never good. Like it's always bad.
Didn't you grow up on a farm?
Yeah.
How'd you get away with not eating eggs?
Never had an egg. Coffee is the one that bugs people more. And I've
Okay.
never had guacamole either, which living in California, that people are
you're
really
missing out.
Saving a lot
Yeah,
of money.
guacamole's
But
good.
I was
Yeah.
even
Yeah, it's extra.
we did a show in Long Island, and Jerry Seinfeld invited us to his house after the show, and famous coffee drinker, and Tom Papa was actually the guy who got him into coffee because he didn't drink it until he was like in his late 40s or 50s, I think. And so when I got to his house, he's like, do you want coffee? And I was like, you won't believe I've never had coffee. And he's like, well, I wouldn't start with this stuff. I have like high test stuff now. And I go, that would be the best episode of Comedians in Cars. You just call me up. You're like, hey, Paul, you want some coffee? Nope. All right, see you later.
So what do you eat?
I mean, I was just in Alaska. I had lobster and king crab and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting more adventurous, but
Okay.
I had to wait until I was 30 to eat rice. I will say
Rice?
I'm easing into it. I can save things for later in life,
I can remember when I was a kid, I didn't like rice because it looked like Like maggots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
I still don't like it.
See, that was one of our white trash meals, and you'd put sugar on it and butter.
Sugar rice.
Yep, sugar rice.
I want some more sugar rice.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Tom, you want some sugar rice?
Well, I'm going to try it tonight. It sounds great.
Rice pudding.
I am a
It
texture
is like
person.
rice pudding, yeah.
You're a what?
I am a texture person, though. Anything that looks like it used to be food, I don't like. You know, like gravy just looks like melted meat to me.
You don't like gravy?
No, or
I
stuffing.
can't think of anything that sounds better to me than melted meat. Man, that brisket that just melts in your mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a certain weirdness factor to every comedian, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this is I'm all alone on this. This doesn't help my career. Only that the jokes, like the worst thing, I don't like soup. I don't like people that smell like soup. I don't like people.
There are people that smell like
I don't like people with soup recipes or get excited.
How do people smell like soup?
Their BO smells like soup.
No,
It's
I
a certain
think
Campbell's soup.
I think potato soup.
Yes.
It's an
Really?
armpit.
It's an armpit thing.
Armpit
Pea soup
issue.
also.
So is this why you're still single?
Yeah, it might be. If they try to feed me soup, yeah. I mean, it's the watered down version of what you want to eat, you know? And they're like, what about chicken noodle soup? Don't you like chicken? I was like, yeah, I love chicken. I just never thought that dumping a bucket of hot water on top would make it taste better. And by the way, hot water, you're dipping chicken in it. You're just drinking chicken tea, which if you think about it that way, you guys are the weirdos, all right?
Okay, chicken tea. Paul Morrissey is our guest. Have you always?
I'm sorry.
Have you always been single? Is this a?
No. I've had girlfriends and all that kind of stuff, but
Did you ever live with one?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Huge mistake, right?
I don't know. I never met her. Was it
Just in general, though. I think keeping separate houses, wasn't that Nicolas Cage's thing where he just lived in a different house than all his wives? I think I will go that.
There are people who do that. It works for some.
I wouldn't really cite someone who's been married multiple times. And didn't he marry Lisa Marie or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Well, yeah.
Hey, you look kind of like your dad. You mind if I sleep with you?
Well, he was a huge Elvis fan, yeah.
That's super creepy.
Yeah.
I know a guy that broke up with his girlfriend because he met her dad and she looked just like her dad, and it just completely freaked him out.
Is that
Seriously,
right?
I'm totally serious.
You know what? You've done a lot of living, haven't you?
Yeah, no, it wasn't me.
No, I understand.
I'm not kidding.
I understand.
The woman was very attractive, but you could tell immediately if you saw her and her dad, oh, that's obviously his daughter. But he saw that, it just completely freaked him out.
Yeah, I think as you get older, the red flags come at you sooner and sooner. So you can kind of like, even within like 10 seconds now, I'm like, nope.
That's quick.
Just smell
I'm
that.
sure they're
smell
the
that
same
neck.
way, you know.
Yeah.
As soon as she brings the soup, I'm like, nope.
Does this come out on the first date? Do you tell somebody, oh, hey... where do you go on a first date?
Where do you go
take
for
somebody
breakfast?
for dinner? Yeah, what do you eat for breakfast?
I'll go to like a nice steakhouse. No, I love restaurants. I've worked on a couple of food shows, so I like a lot of food, but then there's just certain foods that I can't stand.
Okay. Have you ever been into a Starbucks?
I've been into them, yeah, but you know,
Your friends, you're drinking coffee. You're just
Tom Pop is a huge coffee drinker. Like he. Like, I'm a night owl also. I don't know if you guys are night owls, but he gets up in the morning, and the only reason he gets to sleep, he tells me, is because he knows the first thing he does when he wakes up, he gets coffee. So that's exciting.
We were just talking about that.
That's me on the weekend.
We had a news
look
story
forward to
about
it.
that.
Yeah?
Yeah, about the people
Really?
who look, the only reason they get up is because they know they're going to get whatever, a donut or whatever it might be.
I don't drink coffee on the weekends. I only drink it here. Isn't that weird?
I love it.
Well, I can't.
Really?
I can't. Yeah. Well, I've tried all those sleep things. Like, you know, I don't. I did the Ambien thing once. That worked. Like you used to sleep for like a couple days. You know, you've been places. So I went to my doctor in California, and she was like, "You should try melatonin. It's organic. Your body makes it." Which she thought was going to relax me, but that just creeped me out more because I'm like, if our body makes it, where do you guys get it from? You know, isn't that I'm just picturing warehouses of people hanging upside down, tubes coming out and being drained for their melatonin. I have nightmares about that, so I don't know. I just stay up late and don't drink coffee in the morning, but I seem to get by.
Will you eat eggs in a cake?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just not plain egg.
Or eggs is like the centerpiece, or that I can smell it, or
No egg salad?
No egg salad.
Oh, it's delicious.
No, it's
No,
good.
I love egg
it.
salad.
Are you
serious?
No, I love egg salad.
Gas station egg salad even better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take
Gas
a
station.
chance.
Gas station tuna.
Sure, you'll cramp up every now and then, but
Our guest is comedian Paul Morrissey. So your dad was a famous college basketball coach, is that, or high school?
He coached high school and junior college, and he also played at Cortland State, the same place that I played at. So, which is pretty cool.
Okay, what about your mom? What's she up to?
She is running her 30th New York City Marathon.
Wow.
In November 6th. She's
Good for
76
her.
years old. Yeah.
Wow.
So, what, chick not impressed?
no, I don't care.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Of course it's
He's like, did she win? I don't know. What are we supposed to get excited?
What the hell? I mean-
No, she's in her new age group now, 75 and up.
Oh, okay.
She won a Tiffany plate last year.
Oh.
Yeah, the age group is 75 to dead, which I feel is a little insensitive.
Oh, wow.
I guess.
Yeah, that is just awful.
I guess even if you die during the race, you get a plate dropped on you, and it's kind of like not even real.
I put a plate up on the coffin. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. And again, this is no offense. I'm sure she's a tremendous athlete. I don't care for the plates.
Yeah, I know.
You have had this this thought for a long time.
I like the cup.
Yeah.
America's Cup.
Wimbledon, I believe, awards a plate.
Yes.
and
I'm a
you-
little over the rings at this point. It feels like everyone gets a ring for something now, ever since, like, I don't know if it was Super Bowls that made it famous, but now, like, high school soccer kids get,
Yep.
like, rings, like they won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's-
Football teams in high school, all the high school kids now get a ring.
I mean, whatever. Give them some honor. I understand that. But
even the high school ring is stupid if you think about it. It's like proof for finishing you finished 12th grade. Is that like to brag about? Remember you
when you got a class ring?
Yeah, you wear a class ring, and that's good for like a year. And then you get to college, like, we know that you graduated high school. Everyone did. That's why we're here.
those Herff Jones folks are good salespeople.
Yes, they are. We
Do
love
you
them.
do you have a high school ring?
You know I don't have a high school ring. I pawned my high school class ring during the gold boom of the 80s. You remember this
What'd
story?
you get for it?
I forget.
You bet on the Generals?
$100 or something. Yeah, something like that.
$100.
Something like
$100.
that.
That's
Well,
good.
Gold then. I
Yeah.
mean,
I got 90 for my wedding ring.
It really took off.
You got 90 for your wedding ring?
Well, I paid $2 for it.
Okay.
That's pretty
100.
good then.
Yeah.
Well, now, our guest is comedian Paul Morrissey. And Paul, I'm sure that as a veteran, as you pointed out, veteran stand-up comedian, 20 years in comedy.
Oh, no.
But also as an athlete, you understand the various aspects of athletic pursuit. And even the finest athletes, for example, Tiger Woods even took golf lessons, even after he was while at his peak.
Is this where we are?
It's time now for a little comedy lesson for our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you didn't know this was coming, but ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado...
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, chick. Yes, Ace.
It's Halloween season. You ever thought to yourself, why don't more ghosts do stand-up comedy?
Have I ever thought, why don't more ghosts do stand-up comedy? No, I haven't.
Well, they're always getting booed.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
I don't think that was written right.
That was hilarious.
No, it doesn't work the way you wrote it, which I'm still waiting for your jokes for my segment.
he's kind of mad at you about that.
But I got to do Halloween for Josh, see. He said,
It doesn't matter that it's Halloween. The way you phrased it was
What's wrong with that?
incorrect.
okay, correct it.
Okay, say it again.
Fix the joke, baby.
Say it again.
Why don't more ghosts do stand-up comedy?
And what's the answer?
They're always getting booed.
Boo.
Okay, I can fix it.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if you're thinking the same thing. Why are ghosts bad audiences for comedy shows?
Oh, there you go.
Because they're always
Little tweak there.
No,
Hey, I'm fixing a dead horse here. I don't know.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's grab a quick news story out of Christy Lee.
Well, a New Hampshire pilot is accused of stalking an upstate New York woman using his small plane. That's right. Authorities in Vermont were notified that Michael Arnold was being investigated on suspicion of stalking the woman. Is Schuylerville? Is that how you say that?
I think so, yeah.
He had been served with a temporary order of protection that specifically ordered he cease and desist from flying any and all aircraft while the order remains in effect. Bennington Police Chief Paul Duquette said they were able to determine Arnold was flying a single-engine Cessna 180 from the H. Morris State Airport in Vermont towards New York. The 65-year-old was charged with aggravated stalking, impeding, providing false information to a police officer, and resisting arrest. He'd previously been accused in the past of flying his plane too low over a residential area while stalking his prey.
That's so weird.
How'd they catch him? Is that because it used to say, remember they used to say speeding enforced by aircraft?
Yes.
And you never saw him. Is this like the one police aircraft that like pulled him over in the sky?
What are you up to?
What does he expect to get from this? I don't understand.
I don't know. I mean,
he could tell where she's going and whose house she's going. You know, he can follow her car and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Is he dragging a message behind him?
Marry me, Sylvia.
Where are you going?
Skywriting a dick pic. A sign that says, I'm watching you. Okay. That seems very odd.
I miss you.
Yes.
But
Please come back.
They've grounded the guy, so he'll be stalking her apparently on a Greyhound. Coming up in the news, Christy Lee, what do you got?
Coming up, we have giraffe feces in the news in a very weird way.
It's really tall.
Yeah, I would think it'd be flat. You know, dropping all that far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Never really.
I don't think their butts are that high
Maybe they
off
crouch
the air.
down like a dog.
Do you ever seen a giraffe?
I know, but I don't think their butts aren't as high off the off the ground.
I think they have the highest butt of any land animal.
Maybe they crouch like a dog.
That's not true.
Giraffes have the highest butt of any land animal. Name one that's higher.
Ooh.
Go ahead. No.
Elephant?
An elephant?
Elephant's pretty far.
That's pretty high.
Pretty far.
Yeah, but don't they shoot out?
Their
tail spins.
That's a hippo.
That's a hippo. Okay. And the point is, we have mammalian turds in the news in a scientific way, and it involves U.S. Customs. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. Do you feel like your brain is getting in its own way here? Sometimes you feel, you know what you should do, but you can't do it. Would it be good? It's the world is confusing, put it that way. A lot of weird stuff on TV, too many choices. This is where therapy can come in and be very helpful, and BetterHelp has a great idea, which is making therapy much more accessible. Here's how it works. You fill out a brief questionnaire. You will get matched with a licensed therapist. This is all done online. And by the way, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. The therapy itself is also done online. The idea, of course, is convenience, flexibility, something that suits your schedule. And, of course, you can do it like it was a Zoom call. You can do it like it was a phone call. You can do it texting back and forth. Whatever works for you. That's the key to this and the key to helping your own self. Make your brain your friend again with BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT show. By the way, do it that way. Get 10% off your first month. Once again, it's BetterHelp.com/BT show to get on your way to being your best self. BetterHelp. And by the way, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. Coming up, comedian Paul Morrissey. Also, in the news, another song from Pat Godwin. In the news, are you a marijuana guy at all?
No, it doesn't help me. It just makes me more paranoid. I've only done comedy high once, and I was just obsessed with how close my lips were to the microphone the whole time.
I see. Probably didn't help.
It's only funny to me.
I see. We have grasshoppers meet marijuana, and it's not good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Parents, if you have kids and you have the minivan, make sure there's at least 2 TV screens in the back of that minivan, because God forbid your child might be forced to use their imagination for 20 minutes on the way to elementary school in order to keep them busy. I say much better. Every single moment be spoon-fed by the video god that runs their life. Gee, I wonder where ADD comes from. I can't possibly imagine. I mean, we kept the boy entertained 24 hours a day his entire childhood in front of a television with a remote control and a game console. All of a sudden, he can't pay attention. Oh, great Zeus. Why have you done this to our child? Please send down some of your pharmaceuticals as which to cure the lad. Otherwise, we might be forced to spend time with him, and frankly, he's kind of an idiot. And while you're at it, send me something for my fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome and myriad of other ailments the medical community has convinced me that I have, because as an American, if I don't feel good 24 hours a day, well, there must be a pill I can pop into my face and change my brain chemistry to constantly feel better. Or maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, oh great one, maybe you're not supposed to feel good all the time. Maybe it's supposed to be a struggle to get out of bed every once in a while, and in doing that, it's how you become a better person. When you hurdle that part of your life, then you just create this incredible sense of entitlement, which is what I complain about the rest of the world having. Maybe this ADD thing is kind of overblown. Maybe it's supposed to be harder to read something than it is to watch it on TV, and we have these big, fat, drug-addicted kids that are basically embracing all the worst parts of Elvis Presley. We're not doing them any favors. Maybe, oh great one, the rest of the world isn't the problem. Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
By the way, that bit is entitled Parenting Advice from a Guy That's Never Had Kids.
Hey, it's Josh, and of course... Hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini Max Big Green Egg.
It's the Bob and Tom Show, Pig Skin Pick, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer.
Is that where you go? Are we eligible?
Jim is a veteran comedian and actor, famous for a couple of oddball appearances on Sex and the City.
But I am an actor and a comedian, but I'll tell you guys, I wish I was a film director just in everyday life, so when someone was telling me a boring story, I could just go, and cut! I didn't finish. We got it. That's a wrap. God. When you think about it, that would come in handy. You come home late, your wife's like, where the hell were you? And cut. All right, let's try it again. This time you don't care where I was. In fact, you're happy to see me. Let's try it topless. Action.
Another actor who wants to direct.
We'll be using that one.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, Kostaki.
Hey, guys. This week, the subject is board games, which is a similar premise.
I love board games.
Me too.
Me too. Battleship. Classic, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Too easy to cheat in Battleship, though. My brother would palm ships and move them around. One time I caught him with a ship under the board. And he's like, what, dude? Submarine.
Nice.
Sneaky badger.
Uh-huh.
Monopoly. Think back to the time when you were playing Monopoly, right?
Mm-hmm.
You land on that little just visiting section of jail.
Yeah.
Did you take your piece and tease that person? Right? You go, I'm just visiting. I don't have to stay with you. You're a loser. Oh, my family hated that. Then when I was in high school, we went on a field trip to an actual prison, and let me tell you, equally unpopular there. I'm going to Pizza Hut. You're not.
You're not. Taunting prisoners, huh?
Yeah, nice.
So I did a little research. The game of life was invented by Milton Bradley himself.
Oh, yeah?
In 1860. And that's why there's a spinner in that game, because at the time, dice were considered wicked.
Oh.
Which, I don't know if dice are wicked, but Dungeons & Dragons dice do have the power to keep girls away.
Yes, they do.
Dave Cooperman is here with us.
How are you?
I'm great.
Dave, a young guy, young
alive.
comedian, good-looking guy, married man, I understand.
I am.
How's that going?
Right now, we're working on having kids and stuff. And,
Cool.
But we're having some trouble, and she's blaming me because she's not getting pregnant. And I'm like, honey, you realize we actually have to have sex, okay? Screwing with my head will not make you pregnant. How many times I got beat the point home? So we're thinking about, we're talking about kids. Even naming the kid is a challenge if we have one. I want my kid to know he's both Jewish and Chinese. The best I've come up with so far is cha-ching. Maybe lump sum.
Hey, it's comedian.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Jeff Oskay.
That's right, sir.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Icon, gentlemen. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We're joined.
Special guest.
Yeah, we're joined by comedian Paul Morrissey.
Hey.
And Paul is on the road with Tom Papa right now. Tom is a fine comedian and an excellent maker of bread. Has a huge following in that world. Your sidelight, once again, basketball. I think I've been dwelling on that too much, and I apologize. Probably the best shooter we've had in the room, except perhaps Reggie Miller.
Oh, yeah? No Larry Bird?
Yeah, we talked to Larry. Do you compare your shooting to Larry's?
No, I mean, he's much taller. I'm 5'9", he's 6'9", so I would say, and I looked like him when I was a kid too, so there was a little bit of like,
yeah.
hey,
I can see that. Yeah.
You have kind of a facial recognition.
Yep.
But a diminutive Larry Bird.
I was going to say, a little shorter.
I feel that wasn't flattering. All you guys at once are like, oh yeah.
Well, speaking of height, when I think of tall animals, of course, I think of giraffes. And I'm a big fan. And we had a big giraffe story a couple months ago where there was a giraffe born that didn't have any spots.
Yeah.
If you remember that story. But this is a little bit different and very weird, I think.
U.S. Customs agents stopped a plane passenger who was carrying giraffe feces into the country. The passenger returning from Kenya arrived at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, where she was selected for inspection by CBP agricultural specialists. The passenger declared the giraffe feces and stated she planned to make a necklace with the droppings. She also told agents she had in the past used moose feces at her home in Iowa. The box was seized, the excrement destroyed by steam sterilization.
Why would you want? I don't understand. What do you carve? Is giraffe feces extraordinarily hard?
I am not familiar with my giraffe feces. The picture I saw, they look like big lumps of black coal. I don't know.
I mean, is that for your boyfriend? It's a heartfelt gift. It's made of giraffe turds. Have we determined, am I correct in saying the giraffe has the highest?
I don't think anybody really did any research on that.
I think, by gosh, we should get on this.
What's the problem, though, with giraffes, Chick?
Well, their necks is too long. That's the problem.
That's right.
Yeah. Way too long. We can agree on that, right?
Too much neck.
They're God's mistake. I mean,
But I mean, who's giraffe feces for in a necklace? Wilma Flintstone? Who'd want it?
Does she have a tall neck?
No, but
I think
mean,
Audrey Hepburn is the
wow, it just seems like such an odd thing to be doing.
So it's not her feces is what they got to the bottom of.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. That's kind of an insult to say that you have giraffe feces, and she's like, no, it's just me.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want that.
As it says, that she's in the past used fecal material from a moose to create jewelry. There must be some process, I assume, that it's...
if I was her teacher, I would say, don't be so creative. I would be the first person.
Dial it back a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you know you can do that?
Work at a factory.
We have some clay for you.
Do you string it together like you're doing garland for your Christmas tree?
Oh, there you go.
Popcorn?
I mean, how dry will it get? Wouldn't it just shatter, Shadoobie? I mean, wouldn't it just shatter? Yeah.
Putting the shat in shattered. Okay. What else you got, Christy?
Cannabis farmers in Colorado are struggling to stop grasshoppers from eating their crops. Crowley County Cannabis Business Liaison Toby Aluba reports that the county's outdoor cannabis output will be cut in half this year because of the grasshoppers. John McIntosh, who runs Humble Farms with his son Ordway, told
What a lovely name.
Ordway? I know,
That
right?
can't be right.
Ordway. Ordway.
That's barely a word, let alone a name. Ordway. Ordway, get in here.
2023's above-average rains and increased vegetation have brought a biblical plague to cannabis farms this summer and fall.
That's got to be awful.
Olibaugh said, I know a few growers that planted 1,800 plants. 3 days later, wiped out. It's too late to replant, and they don't have the money to wait until next year. He added, but the good news is, for those whose plants are still alive, the price may go up a little bit because, supply and demand. Some growers are using chickens and turkeys to help protect their crops. Do they eat grasshoppers? They must.
Oh, yeah. They'll eat anything.
Love them.
Yeah, you had chickens.
Yeah. They'll eat mice.
What?
Oh, that's the best part. Like, if one of them catches a mice, like 9 of them will come and just rip it to shreds, and they'll go running off.
Do you still have chickens?
No. I got tired of running an all-you-could-eat buffet for the neighborhood raccoons, so I stopped that.
And let me tell you something. The raccoons miss it.
Yeah, I bet they do.
I started trapping the raccoons, and I would drive them to this abandoned car lot and release them, but I moved like 19 raccoon. Like, there's more raccoon than chicken, so I finally gave up. And
all right,
they're nasty, right?
Oh, raccoons? Oh, yeah. And here's a little hint. If you are going to transport it and you put it in the trunk of your car, they just pee everywhere.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I thought that was a mob hit. He's like, I was bringing him to an abandoned car lot and rough him up.
And when you let them go, like, you have to run the other way. You hope they don't.
Oh, they're going to attach you?
Oh, yeah, they'll come at you.
Well, they should be grateful you dropped them off and didn't do something worse.
No.
So I throw them in a creek.
Yeah.
In the cage.
Oh.
I know someone that did that.
Why do you share stories like that?
Truth hurts.
My mind plays tricks on me enough. I don't need you putting wood on the fire, if you will.
Sorry. No, that's rather common, I think.
I don't think that's common.
Pest control.
That is a weird thing about Colorado. They have animal, like I worked at it was called La Junta, Colorado, which is like kind of more east, and they're like, this is our yearly tarantula migration, so the highway is closed because there's so many tarantulas crossing. I'm like, I don't even want to do a show here.
Yeah.
I go, I'm not staying in a hotel in this town when there's a tarantula migration.
Do they have a sign on the side of the road?
Yeah.
With a tarantula on it?
Yeah, they close it down because it's so, like, there's videos of it. It's terrifying.
Oh.
And that'll keep you up, chick.
Holy hell.
Wow.
What's wrong with you people?
Okay, well.
Is it just once a year?
I think so. Hopefully.
No, not now. Every night in my dreams now. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a vacation ruined by the turtle thing.
Oh, the loggerhead turtle. Yeah.
The sea turtles.
They were dredging the shore.
They closed the beach. Yeah. So that was.
You didn't know till you got there?
No, I didn't know they got there. There was literally
that the same
police tape blocking the beach.
Was that the same hotel that had the pillows were full of tennis balls?
No, that was different. That was
a different hotel.
That was worth, but just as expensive.
Okay.
When we come back, we're hanging out with comedian Paul Morrissey on tour. By the way, Saturday night, Tom Papa, Paul Morrissey, Blue Chip Casino, Michigan City. Paul's new project is entitled Ice Cream versus Everything. I want to know more about that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the Bob and Tom Show on Facebook. Get the link at bobandtom.com.
I'm playing with my baby. I finger and I pluck her. I love to play an island song. So won't you play along? My Honolulu baby likes to play my ukulele. She strums it and she hums it. She loves to sing an island song. So won't you sing along? Ukulele baby, you can play me, you can lay me, satisfy me in Hawaii. Ukulele lady, you can lay me. My ukulele baby. Ukulele baby, licky licky on my wiki. Wanna lay you in Waimea. Ukulele lady, you can lay me. My ukulele baby. You can lay me. My ukulele baby doll. You can lay me. My ukulele baby doll. I play my ukulele like I'm playing with my baby. I twang her and I bang her. I love to play an island song. So won't you play along? My Honolulu baby likes to play my ukulele. She picks it and she licks it. She loves to sing an island song. So won't you sing along? Ukulele baby, like a cheeky on my tiki, satisfy me in Hawaii. Ukulele lady, you can lay me. My ukulele baby. Ukulele baby, rub your knocker with sunblock. I wanna lay you in Waimea. Ukulele lady, you can lay me. My ukulele baby. You can lay me. My ukulele baby doll. You can lay me. My ukulele baby doll.
When we were mad in the car, like what is it about the car? We turn into different people in the car, man. We don't behave like that on foot.
Mm-hmm. Why are you pointing at
That's
me?
true.
Because that's the way you
It's
are.
because you've got this big metal thing around you, and you're in this soundproof room.
That's
You've got
exactly
you've
what
got
it is.
your tunes on.
That's
You're in your own
exactly-
little world.
Yep.
You're this giant ego driving,
That's
and
exactly-
yes,
you're
and you're
exactly
in
right.
charge.
No, you're
I mean, I can
exactly
get from here to there by doing this. This is great.
We would never behave like that on foot.
No.
You would never go into the bank, see a big line of people for the teller, and go, well, I'm just going to go right in there. That's all.
Yeah, I'm sure. You're
Yeah,
right.
you can't drive by on the side and then squeeze in real quick. No.
You'd never be walking down a narrow hallway behind some elderly gentleman who's barely getting by with a walker, get right up on his ass and go, come on, old man! Pull over and die already.
Chickwood.
Would you do that? Well, all right.
Yeah, okay.
I got
A guy was in front of me walking through one of those automatic doors at the grocery store.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was very patient until he stopped to read the help wanted thing. Those little
on the bulletin board.
the bulletin board.
Right.
He got between you.
And I said, all right, come on. And he goes, oh, I didn't know you were in a hurry. You're going so fast. I didn't know you were going to go so fast.
Well,
And I said, I didn't know you were going to go so damn slow.
sir, if I were you, I wouldn't be taking my time because you don't have a lot left. You know, if I were you, you might want to seize the day, as they say, before
Yeah, let's go, America's best. Let's go here.
Greatest generation.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that it.
I'm glad everything's okay now. Yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried. You know, they're doing that internet dating, which.
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah, but I just don't. I don't see a future in it because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. You know, I was checking the box score and then I double clicked on your mom's head. It just-
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. At the news desk, it's Christy Lee.
Oh, hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
He's got that keyboard, got that guitar, got a microphone. Maybe a song this time.
Sure.
There's Jeff Oskay.
Oh, hi.
Ace Cosby's here. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom with our special guest.
He is comedian Paul Morrissey. Mr. Oskay, by the way, your special segment, I assume, coming up? Is that correct?
Next break.
Okay, very good. Things we failed to mention in the news. Mr. Oskay sitting in for Josh Arnold, who was fishing. He's in a fishing tournament. Our guest, Paul Morrissey, working with Tom Papa, doing a little mini tour. I know Saturday night they'll be at the Blue Chip Casino in Michigan City for some great live stand-up. And we were talking a little about your life, and you have a new project out there. It's a recording of stand-up. And you did this where?
It's called Ice Cream versus Everything. It's a comedy album that I recorded at the National Comedy Center in Jamestown, New York, which is the birthplace of Lucille Ball.
Oh, yeah.
So it's this $50 million museum. They have George Carlin's archives and Carl Reiner, Mel Brooks, everything. And it's and they've always had the Lucille Ball Museum. They do a festival every summer, but they have the Tropicana room from the I Love Lucy show, the set. And so that's where I got to record the album.
That
there.
is
So,
cool.
yeah. So we did 4 shows there.
Wow.
And so we put the album out in August, and it got to number 3 on the iTunes charts. So I'm just trying to get people to listen to it however people do it now. Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff. Just go to paulhasawebsite.com.
Your website is paulhasawebsite.com.
Yeah.
Okay, easy to remember. And it's ice cream versus everything. And we've established that you're a very picky eater.
Yeah.
You've never eaten an egg, but you do love ice cream.
I do love ice cream. My favorite is Neapolitan, which is, if you don't know, Neapolitan is an Italian word that means 2 good flavors, 1 disgusting one.
Which one do you
Which one is your disgusting?
You know what it is.
No.
It's
I
strawberry.
know.
It's a disgusting
Strawberry,
one.
yeah.
It
Not
is.
strawberry.
You eat the chocolate first or the vanilla?
Vanilla. I'm old school vanilla.
I
like
am
that.
too. My favorite flavor, vanilla.
Yeah, and that's how you know Ben and Jerry didn't smoke weed one day, because there is Ben and Jerry's vanilla.
Yeah, so with Neapolitan, I can remember as a kid, it would always be the
Van Chalk straw.
Yeah, and then the strawberry would always be freezer burned.
Yeah.
You'd open up the fridge and
it'd be like a hard rock pebble of strawberry in it, and you just break your teeth on it. So
What's your ice cream of choice, Christy?
I liked the strawberry. Right now it's vanilla. Although I did, in your honor, have butter pecan the other day. because you had mentioned it.
Yeah, my mom used. I'd never had it till last year. My mom used to always go, but I'm going to try this in honor of my mother.
Very good.
Wow, I wish I'd known earlier.
My favorite is English toffee, but you don't see it anymore.
Jeffrey, what's yours?
I like a vanilla, but can we all agree that the banana split is too much?
Too much, I agree.
Too much everything?
Oh, especially nothing is worse than that pineapple.
Yeah, like the
yellow.
preserves that they dump
The
over the
worst.
top.
Hey, why did they put pineapple on there?
Who is still eating the banana split?
Yeah, that's a weird one. It's overdoing it. It's like, because I knew I had a problem with ice cream when I went to a nutritionist for the first time, and they always just ask you what you ate that day, and you always lied so you don't sound like a fat slob to this person. So she was like, "Oh, what'd you have for lunch?" I was like, "I had a sandwich, no mayonnaise, no cheese." She said, "Look, what kind of bread did you use?" I was like, "Chocolate." What kind of sandwich? I was like, "It's an ice cream sandwich." That's when I knew I had a problem, I think.
I do love an ice cream sandwich.
But they do that's another one that they overdo it with. They'll use like full cookies now.
Yeah.
You just need like something that's like a little bit of flavor. You don't
Just
want
the
too much
traditional
sugar.
ice cream sandwich.
You can
The
make those at home.
rectangle.
We did that once.
Of course you did.
Let me ask you something. How much you think an ice cream sandwich costs?
Oh, no, it's
prepackaged in the box.
Oh, it's a
at the grocery
disaster.
Store. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. It costs a lot. It's like when
$250,000.
Sometimes we'll do the pizzas at home.
Yeah.
Or I'll go and I'll buy the pizza dough. Sometimes we make the pizza dough from scratch. So you're talking hours of activity. You've just spent $40 on the materials. You could have bought a delightful pizza for under $20.
Oh yeah.
But it's the journey, chick.
So when you made the ice cream sandwiches at home from scratch, did you make them with cookies or did you make them with the traditional?
There's an ice cream. It's a kit to make that chocolatey bread.
Right.
And it comes out real thin, like it comes out real
just
thin.
Let him go. Yeah.
Ask Tom Papa. He's a baker. He'll know about
Because I'm
this.
sure you're better at it than Ben and Jerry. I'm positive.
Yeah, well, then depending, you take ice cream,
Right.
And then chicken. I remember last summer that's really cool ice cream that we found. 2 summers ago, rather, that was that they had some really they like peanut butter and jelly
Bring
ice
it to
cream.
your house, send it to your house or
Remember
something.
that stuff? Oh, it was
Remember that?
delicious.
Oh, well, yeah. Those are the best flavors, like Buckeye or what else? There's a butter pecan that they make that's crazy.
It is fascinating. It's a great thing to like be known for because whenever you go to a town, people are always like, "You got to try this flavor or that flavor." And we did Cincinnati. They have a Graters.
Graters,
Sure,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Which their flavor is black raspberry chip, which I don't know if they make that anywhere else. That's a
good.
That's a weird, chocolate chip with black raspberry is amazing, but it's like a regional thing. So I love finding those little.
So you become the ice cream guy? That's your thing?
I would hope so. I think it's good. It's like it used to be like being the weed guy. It's like, all right, everyone just brings you weed at a show. Like,
Yeah, but they can't throw ice cream at you because it'll be melty by the time you're
Gotta bring
done.
a cooler every gig.
that's why I'm not the egg guy. That would be the worst.
Yeah, that
thing
would
to
be the worst.
I remember we had a Cheech and Chong in here, and they were talking about the early days, and they would just get showered with joints, and they would actually smoke them.
Yeah.
And you think about today the odds are
Don't
something's
go
gonna,
down this road.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. But ice cream.
End up with a giraffe feces in there.
Yeah.
That isn't cookie dough. That's giraffe poop, which was in the news earlier today. The album is called Ice Cream versus Everything. So you talk about ice cream?
Yeah, ice cream and all the food stuff. Yeah, it's over an hour. We did 4 shows, but this is basically the first full show. It had all the energy and like I said, the Tropicana room from I Love Lucy. It was all this history. So, and I had like childhood friends that a lot of the stories that I talk about were there. So it was just like a really special weekend. So I'm glad we captured it on.
Now, are you a sugar cone, waffle cone?
I like sugar cones. Yeah, I'll go a sugar cone. That's not too much for me. What about you, Christy?
I'm a bowl. I don't like cones. I don't want a cone.
What?
I know.
I'm
I know.
sugar cone.
Yeah,
I
sugar
don't like
cone,
waffle
yeah.
cones. It's too much too.
Yeah,
I
waffle
agree.
cones is too much.
Yeah.
I think.
What about you, Tom?
I kind of like the sugar cone.
I just like it in a bowl.
And I don't
by
like the ones
itself.
dipped in chocolate with sprinkles on them.
Yeah, they
That's
really
no good.
overdo it now.
That's
Oh,
like,
you
that's
mean
like
the waffle cone that they do that? Yeah.
That's like the banana split. It's too much.
Yeah, and they make the waffles. Have you ever been in one of those places where they make the waffle like in front of you, and then like make it into a cone, and then put ice cream in it, and it's just like you're overdoing it. It's just gonna melt when it gets to the
But it does smell very good.
It-
I will give you that.
Yeah, I think it captures people's imagination, but it's not ideal to like.
Have you been to the place where they have the giant tanks?
Oh yeah, the liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, that's
place?
super cool
Yeah.
and delicious.
My best, my favorite place isn't open anymore, but in LA they used to have this Cafe 101. They had these giant waffles for breakfast, but at night when people were drunk, they would put brownie mix in them and just make a waffle brownie sundae, which they would put a big thing of ice cream in it, and like 4 people would just go down. It was the best thing I've ever had in my life.
Why did that close?
I don't know.
that sounds like genius. They should have franchised it. Right now, I can assure you that Mr. McGee
That's right.
will be drowning his sorrows today after his beloved Washington Commanders,
whatever they're called,
dropped it to the hapless Chicago Bears. Not so
That's right.
hapless anymore. But
No,
you'll be
sir.
home enjoying your security.
In the fetal position under my scrunchy blanket. That's right. Chunky blanket. I'm sorry. Simply Safe Home Security is my home security. It could be yours, too. Design it yourself, do it yourself online. And now at Simply Safe Home Security, they have a revolutionary innovation, a 24/7 live guard protection designed to help stop crime in real time. Now, if an intruder breaks into your home, Simply Safe professional monitoring agents can actually see, speak to, and deter them through Simply Safe's new Smart Alarm wireless indoor camera, stopping them in their tracks. 24/7 live guard protection made possible by the new Smart Alarm wireless indoor camera, available with the Fast Protect monitoring plan. It's the only indoor security camera that can trigger the alarm and instantly deter intruders with a built-in siren. Install your way. Do it yourself in about 30 minutes, like I did, or you can have a Simply Safe expert set it up for you. Either way, it's so easy to protect your home. For a limited time, get 20% off your new system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. All you have to do is visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. Remember, there's no safe like Simply Safe.
Coming up, news we failed to mention with Jeff Oskay plus comedian Paul Morrissey. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and
Hey, did you enjoy those videos played in that break? Check out the Bob and Tom YouTube playlist for more great stuff.
Rodney has his guitar out. That's a great sounding guitar. Do you have another tune for us?
Sure.
That you'd like to play? I'd love to hear something.
Let's see. What do you...
You want to do one of the classics? Do you want to do something?
There she goes. Bitching again. Saying things she's heard from all her friends. And it don't matter what I do or where the hell I've been. There she goes. Bitching again. I could make $1 million. I could put it in her purse. buy her a big old mansion, things would just get worse. I could lasso her the moon and throw it in with all her stuff, and she'd want to know where Neptune was, 'cause the moon ain't good enough. There she goes, bitching again, saying things she's heard from all her friends. And it don't matter what I do or where the hell I've been. There she goes, bitching again. I could have painted the Sistine Chapel, I could have won a Nobel Prize, built a great wall there in China, and that'd be nothing in her eyes. I could have wrote the whole dang Bible and read it to her twice, and she'd want to know why the yard ain't mowed and the fridge don't make no ice. There she goes, and she's bitching again, saying things she's heard from all her friends. And it don't matter what I do or where the hell I've been. Oh, here she comes, and there she goes, bitching again. Boys, I know you couldn't laugh at that, because she's sitting right there next to you. And she's bitching again.
That's great. Rodney Carrington.
Hey, it's Josh, and of course, hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini Max Big Green Egg.
It's the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer.
Is that where you go? Are we eligible?
Again.
You know us. We're Amish Bell. No poles, no wires, no phones, no nonsense, no shiny objects. That's Amish Bell. And now, new from Amish Bell, call waiting.
Hello, Graber. How's the farm?
Good, Carl. Good to see you. Oh, wait a minute, Carl. I see Fritz is here waiting to talk with me.
Okay, Graber. I'll just stand here and wait.
Hi, Fritz. I'm talking to Carl right now. Can you wait for a moment?
You're fine, Graber. I'll just stand here.
Okay, Carl. Now, verbally.
Call waiting. Another new world convenience from the old world minds at Amish Bell. Remember, we take Visa, quilts, and cheese. Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Still no songs. There's Jeff Oskay.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold with our special guest.
He is comedian Paul Morrissey, working with Tom Papa on the road. We'll get a song out of Pat in just a few minutes, but as you can see, we have another special guest in the studio. He is...
oh, yeah, he's got the tie on with his face
very,
on.
Very special tie. That's really beautiful.
That.
It's a gorgeous tie.
It's Jeff Oskay, and right. Jeff has a special segment called News We Failed to Mention. Jeff, take over.
Go ahead and cue my music, Tom. Okay, let's go ahead. We give you a lot of the news each week, but we don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we failed to mention.
Here's Jeff Oskay.
A truck spilled lemons on the highway, causing a backup during the morning commute on a New Jersey highway. What you failed to mention, when life gives you lemons, you better call your boss and tell him you're going to be late.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Just for the record, I'm not proud of any of these this week. I spent upwards of 12 minutes yesterday working on this. A 10-year-old girl from Malaysia set a new world record by arranging a chessboard while blindfolded in a remarkable 45.72 seconds. What you failed to mention, I mean, at least that's what they told her.
Oh, okay. I see.
These aren't going to get better.
Okay.
A shirtless drunk suspect led police on a slow-speed chase in a golf cart down in Florida. What you failed to mention probably looked a lot like Jimmy Buffett's funeral procession. Shirtless drunks on golf carts. A tortoise that escaped from a vet was located 2 miles away a week later. What you failed to mention, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Always air tag your tortoise, people.
It just makes good sense.
Yeah, I make each one of my kids swallow an Apple AirTag before they leave for school each morning.
Do you?
Yeah, I put an AirTag in their bowl of Apple Jacks with all the weirdos. I want to know where they're at. That's right. Josh is out fishing with his brother in a bass fishing tournament. What you failed to mention, those of you who watch us on the YouTube, they've noticed that Josh is looking great lately.
Oh, yeah.
He's dropped a lot of weight. He's on this new, I only eat what I catch fish diet. If I was on it, I would have died last year. This year so far, my fishing license was $22. I'm now $1.22 of fish worth. That's all I've caught.
That's all you've caught?
Yeah, I'm down around $18. Fish. A man in Florida was selling fake Viagra. What you failed to mention, authorities were tipped off when the warning on the side of the box read, if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you're one lucky son of a bitch. 2 tickets to Ford's Theater the night Lincoln was shot just sold at auction for a whopping $262,000. What you failed to mention, 1 ticket to South Trail Cinema the night Pee Wee got popped just sold at Goodwill for $7. Okay.
I don't know if that was a mainstream movie that Pee Wee was popped at. I think that was a little.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, I thought that.
I think it was one of those movies you can watch on the internet now.
Oh,
now, I don't. This one, I'm going to warn you. I don't really have. We'll try this. Okay. There's a nudist barber. There's a nudist barber shop where you can get your haircut in the buff by a nude barber. What you failed to mention. All I have written down here is balls in the blue barbicide. I don't know how to
balls
get there.
In the barbicide?
Yeah, in the blue barbicide.
Blue barbicide.
Lots of bees.
Okay.
And finally, a man was caught kayaking with 26 pounds of cocaine. What you failed to mention, that guy proved me wrong. I never knew kayakers could actually be cool. I don't trust with people who drive with boats on their roofs or bikes on their bumpers. They're so, look at me, I live an active lifestyle. I'm better. Okay. And finally, this is from.
Sorry.
You could have done that earlier. It would have helped.
You're doing a fine job. Don't do that to yourself.
This is from a listener.
I feel like there should have been a paddling fast joke in the cocaine.
I thought of. I was.
Yeah, he was paddling so
I was
fast. The kayak had a wake.
Yeah, I tried something about passing the other boats.
Yeah.
I was with you. I
sailed around the world.
Yeah,
water skiing behind the kayak.
Oh, that would have been so much better. We should have workshopped this yesterday.
Sorry.
Christy, this is from a listener. Christy mentioned in regards to several late night shows returning from the writer's strike that it is still unclear what is going on with Saturday Night Live. What you failed to mention, that has been the case since 1992. That's from Chris. That was the best joke of the day. Thanks, Ace.
You do need my help.
No, I needed everyone's help today.
This has been Jeff Oskay. News you failed to mention.
Thank you very much.
I like that outro.
Okay, I just Googled this. I'm looking at these Ford's Theater tickets. This is really pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. It says Ford's Theater Friday, dress circle, and then it says section, and there's a blank spot. It's been filled in pencil. And
forge
pencil. I could have done that yesterday.
It looks like it's kind of it's sort of a flourishy, if that's a word, like handwriting. It looks like it's either seat 42 or seat number 2 and seat number 1.
See, they couldn't fake that.
No.
What was the convenience charge back then?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. They sold for what, a couple $100,000 bucks? Yeah, the Ticketmaster fee.
Does it have the face value on the ticket?
I don't think so. Although that's a fair question. No, not this photograph. You can't see the whole ticket. It's taken at an angle. But, I mean, wow, that's history. I wonder what the junior mints cost in the lobby of Ford's Theater. It's still there, right? Ford's Theater.
It's a museum, I think, right?
I have no idea. You know me. I know nothing about history.
I mean, it was there when I was there, and I was pissed because we couldn't get seats in the splatter zone.
Oh.
It's like a Gallagher show. They reenact it. No splatter zone. No bullet to the head comedy here.
Okay.
So sorry.
Well, on that note, a new study reveals cannibalism was a common funeral ritual in Europe 15,000 years ago.
Oh, sure. In Europe, sure.
Yeah, while researchers previously found gnawed bones in human skulls that had been modified into cups. We had that story earlier. This new study suggests these were not isolated events. Experts at London's National History Museum reviewed studies to focus on 59 sites across Europe that date to the Magdalene period, about 11,000 to 17,000 years ago. 15 of the sites showed evidence of cannibalism, such as chew marks on bones and bones broken in a way to extract marrow for nutrients.
But how do they know it's not an animal?
I don't know, Tom.
I'm
not a scientist.
Probably the bite marks. They would be
they
able
could
to tell how big the teeth are.
Did they have?
Well, they could tell the bones. Wouldn't they know if they were human or not? They would know.
Well, they know if the
but they
bones
don't
are
know
human,
who
but the
ate
bite
it.
marks, I'm wondering if it could have been some critter. But the point is, it's as a funeral. What a weird way to go to a funeral.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's nice to go to and get the egg salad and the Jell-O, but. You know, do you really want? Well, I call this Sloppy Joe. No, it's the decedent.
The ritualistic
it's Joe himself.
The ritualistic manipulation of human remains suggests that cannibalism was a burial practice rather than supplement to their diet. The study authors note instead of burying their dead, these people were eating them, adding that cannibalism was not simply practiced out of necessity.
Guess they ran out of edamame.
Wow. Yikes. A different form of wake and bake.
Yeah.
Do you suppose they cooked them?
Gee, these are all questions I don't ever want to know the answer to.
I guess they probably couldn't tell from the.
It was 15,000 years ago. Things are different, man. You don't get
Things were different.
Probably healthier because they weren't raised with too many antibiotics. That's terrifying. Can you imagine you go to a funeral and you eat the decedent? Wow.
Now, talk about terrifying. This is modern day. Authorities are investigating the improper storage of human remains found at a Colorado funeral home that performs green burials without embalming chemicals or metal caskets. The investigation centers on the Return to Nature funeral home outside of Colorado Springs.
Return to nature.
The local sheriff's office said that it's working with state and federal officials on the investigation. Family members who used the funeral home were asked to contact the sheriff's office that said they would release more details at a news conference later today. A woman who lives near the funeral home said yesterday she noticed a putrid smell in the area in the recent weeks. Yikes.
Well, that actually reminds me of a story that we had earlier this week. And Pat, I think this leads to a song. And I don't know if you've heard this story, Paul. This involves, you might be aware of this because it's kind of, it's northeast. Pennsylvania, there's a famous mummy called Stoneman Willie. Have you ever heard of Stoneman Willie?
No.
Because you'd heard of him, right, Pat?
Oh, yeah.
And
it's a big story for a long time.
Yeah, Stoneman Willie, it's a mummified corpse, and it's been on display for 128 years. And the story basically is this person, this was a real man, was apparently an alcoholic who, according to this news account, died of kidney failure in a local jail in 1895 after being arrested as a thief. The Almonds Funeral Home in Reading, Pennsylvania, said that at the time, in 1895, he was, quote, accidentally mummified by a mortician experimenting with new embalming techniques.
Whoops.
This guy's body was then placed in a casket, and it's been on display ever since. Dressed in a suit with a bow tie. But in any event, they apparently, recently, after examining various documents, have discovered who this person really was. And they are going to give this person a proper burial in a local cemetery after all these years. And there's a pretty gruesome photograph if you go online. Kind of creepy. But he's been known for years as Stoneman Willie. Pat, you have a tribute?
I do. I know a man named Stoneman Willie. A mummified man, that's awful silly. He was jailed for being a fall-down drunk. They never buried him. Boy, he stunk. Mortician made experiments with embalming fluids and cements. Poor alcoholic had many beers. Never got a grave for 100 years. Man died. Man died. Man died. They never buried him. Crazy man died. Woo!
Stoneman Willie.
Right?
Again, Stoneman Willie to me sounds like a band at one of the music festivals. Hey, do Stoneman Willie open for Fish? And be one of those bands where there wasn't a guy named Willie.
I thought that was going to end up being a Keith Richards joke when you were explaining it.
Stoned Man Willie. Yeah.
And he's now the Rolling Stones guitarist.
But it's really gruesome. And I don't know if today is the day they're going to release but they know who this guy actually was. But
really?
Yeah, dead for quite a long time.
What if it were Zachary Taylor, former president of the United States? How about that? Nothing? Okay.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
Could be.
Now, we learned the other day it was, wasn't it the birthday of Chester A. Arthur?
Yes, it was.
And Chester B. Arthur would...
Then there's Maude.
It would go on to become Maude years later. I'm sorry. We have our guest in the studio. He is Paul Morrissey. We were talking off the air. I'm going to be going to a haunted house tonight with the kids. A haunted house that's...
Kid-friendly.
Kid-friendly.
Yeah. It's lights on, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's to a certain degree. Then it changes at a certain hour. Your thoughts on the haunted house?
Yeah, I mean, do you believe in ghosts? How many wackos do we have in this studio?
Well, if Josh were here, the answer would be yes.
I think we only have one.
Josh and I kind of... Josh does.
Oh.
I kind of
Josh
do,
is very big on ghosts.
Yes.
What is like the closest thing you've gotten to like feeling there's a presence, or have you seen something?
No, I haven't, but I'm really into like Ghost Adventures and all those shows. I love watching that stuff.
You just want to believe.
Yeah.
Like, so my parents stay in this hotel in Owego where I grew up, and it's on one of those ghost maps, and people actually, the ghost hunters will come in and ask to take readings. And so I was there, and they're like, hey, can we take a reading in this chair where there's been sightings? And so my dad was like, how did you get into ghost hunting? And the girl was like, I was a biochemistry major at Cornell, and then I had a sighting, and so I got into ghost hunting. He's like, all right, biochemistry to ghost hunting, come on in, you know? And she's like, all right, yeah, I can see there's a strong presence in this chair. And my dad is like, can you also feel your parents' disappointment? Because I feel like somebody lost about 80 grand in the biochemistry to ghost hunting thing. So I just wonder, you're not going to make a career change, are you, Christy?
No, God, no. Not at this age. I'm not going to go chasing ghosts.
A really terrifying adult haunted house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had all the presidential candidates from both parties. God, it was terrifying.
Is that right?
Yes, it was scary.
Okay.
Speaking of the president, did you hear about the president's dog?
His dog's in trouble. President Joe Biden's dog Commander's been removed from the White House after it bit a number of staff members. We're on 11 or 12 at this point.
Yep.
The Bidens have sent the 2-year-old German Shepherd to a, quote, unknown location, wink, wink, nod, nod, while they look at...
Oh, I haven't seen the dog for a while.
The next steps for the presidential canine. Yeah.
They've reported, I want to say, 11 bites And imagine how many they haven't reported.
Right.
They had a trainer interviewed on one of the newscasts last night, and he said the biggest problem is that this is a man in power who has a dog that is misbehaving, but there's no one that's going to help because they all, how's that dog doing? Oh, he's great, sir. Great. They won't tell him.
Yeah.
Your dog's a menace. You need to have him trained.
Well, and there's probably nobody spending all their time training the dog. They're like passing it off into somebody else. Or
I'm sure he's been well trained. It's just he's apparently a one-man dog. Or whatever.
There's a quote from a Secret Service agent who said that if this had been anybody else's dog, they would have put it down already.
Oh.
11 bites is...
That's a lot.
And a name like Commander, you know he's going to be really... sorry.
Really what?
Stupid and awful?
Well, the Commanders are the football team now, and last night they were humiliated by...
But they are gentlemen after you.
Chicago Bears.
Right this way.
Speaking of the Bears, sad news in the world of sports. The great Dick Butkus has passed away.
Dick Butkus.
At his home in Malibu, California.
You know, the best linebacker in college, they give them the Butkus Award.
Yeah.
That's right. Same Butkus.
I was going to add your Matuzak.
John Matuzak, who was in North Dallas 40, yeah? We were talking about football players who were active.
His most famous movie.
Yeah.
He was Sloth in the Goonies.
Oh,
he was? Yeah. John Matuzak.
I'd forgotten about that.
Huh. Yep.
I'm a little bit too old to have enjoyed the
He was
Goonies.
also on Saved by the Bell, the college years.
You didn't like the Goonies?
Is there no end to crappy television? What is it? Saved by the Bell, the college years. Now, was that on prime
Ace.
time
We
or
love
Saturday
that.
morning? I can't imagine it wasn't on in prime time. My goodness.
For a couple weeks, anyway.
Yeah, right?
Our guest, Paul Morrissey, has a new project out there. It's entitled Ice Cream versus Everything. You'll find it where you find stuff.
It's an album
on the internet. And once again, your website is what is it again?
PaulHasAwebsite.com. That's my name, chick. Paul.
Paul. Not Phil. It's not Phil.
Paul has a website.com.
I still will not remember
and
his name.
of all comedians,
in 6 months from now, we're going to go, what's the name of that guy? That really funny comedian who was good at basketball. I don't know.
Paul I think of all comedians, do you think are you the best basketball player ever of all comedians?
Oh, I don't know about. I mean, I won't make that claim, but sure, for if it'll sell tickets to in Indiana.
What about Shaquille O'Neal? He's shacked in a fool.
He had a tight five.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, but I mean,
stand up?
No.
Oh.
You know, we used to ask, for example, who's the best golfer in the NFL? Or who's the best golfer in comedy? And apparently it's
Todd Young, right?
No, I think actually he was beaten by
Don McMillan?
Don McMillan.
Yeah. Don had 19 hole-in-ones in 1 week.
It was
23 hole-in-ones in one day.
I heard one round of golf, he shot an 18. Whoa. That's what I heard. Amazing stuff.
You guys are horrible.
Amazing golfer.
And again, Paul, you disappoint me because if you had become, why didn't you go out for the Washington Generals?
I don't know. I could still. Maybe I'll try. Do they have a senior tour? Do they have?
Maybe.
I love, as you know, I don't like much, but I love the Harlem Globetrotters. I go every year. I've already got my tickets.
Yeah, they should have a senior tour. You know, the Golden Bachelor's killing it. People love that show.
Okay, well, we'll
People
find
like
out about
seeing
that.
old people on
He's
TV.
wearing his hearing aids.
It's my favorite Simpsons.
We have, right now, I want to talk to you about the fall and how busy we all are between school and haunted houses and soccer, et cetera, et cetera. This is where HelloFresh comes in. How about some great food? HelloFresh, how does it work? Well, they're the best #1 meal kit in America. How it works is they do the grocery shopping, they do the measuring, and it's all designed to fit in with the recipe you're going to get with the food. They've got cards so you can follow it. Okay, this is the persimmon, that's the pineapple, but it's going to be delicious stuff, of course. And now getting famous for their quick and easy options. In some cases, prep time about 5 minutes, cook for 10.
I got one of these right here.
What do you
Prep
got?
5 minutes, cook 15, and you're ready. 1 pan, barbecue pulled chicken tacos with creamy slaw and red onion. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's a family-friendly meal. 4 steps, easy to do. And you're out to soccer practice before you know
And you
it.
don't have to walk around the grocery store going, well, how come the taco stuff isn't over here where the salsa is, and you walk around for 20 minutes? No, you're not going to waste your time. HelloFresh is doing it for you. They've also got the HelloFresh Market, including, by the way, the mini pumpkin cheesecake. Ladies and gentlemen, that is delicious by definition. HelloFresh also has about 40 choices every week at least. So from vegan over here to comfort food over there, join America's #1 meal kit today. 50% off. Is that a typo? Nope. 50% off plus free shipping. Here's the code, 50BT-SHOW at HelloFresh.com/50BT-SHOW. It's quick, it's delicious, and you helped, as they used to say. The code is 50BT-SHOW, HelloFresh.com/50BT-SHOW. Coming back with Today in History and a special musical bonus from Pat Godwin. See how scared he is?
Yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
What do you want to hear?
Well, I was thinking
some music you want to hear.
I was thinking since it's summertime.
Yes.
And everyone's watching baseball, playing baseball. Do you know your softball tribute?
Yeah, I can try to get through it better than I did the other one. Church league softball. Let's pull the key up.
Great idea.
There we go. Church league softball fist fight. Getting washed in the blood on a Tuesday night. What would Jesus do? Lord, he wouldn't do that. Knock hell out of a preacher with the softball bat. Well, the swinging shepherds from the sheep of the Savior were tied with the Sourwood Church of Christ, an example of some highly unholy behavior in a game that had already been protested twice. Something unbiblical must have been said for them to be aiming heat at a minister's head. Clocking the clergy ain't the thing to do, but neither's the high hard one on a 0-2. Church league softball fist fight, a bloody laying on of hands neath the left field lights, knocking out 4 teeth, getting a busted lip, ain't exactly my idea of Christian fellowship. Church league softball fist fight, rolling around the pitcher's mound, it just don't look right for nice people from the church and the Sunday school class to trade the cup of brotherhood for a can of whoop ass.
Thank you. Tim Wilson. Once again, Clayton Anderson, this is called In the Dark. Okay, great, go for it. All right.
My baby's got a little secret. She knows I know how to keep it. Ain't trying to tell nobody. She likes it a little bit naughty. She don't mind giving up those kisses. That ain't nobody's business. She's down anytime as long as I keep it in the dark. With her lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark. She only lets me love her in the dark. Yeah, she only lets me love her in the dark. My sound is scandalous, but that's how I handle it. Cause I know she's mine on mine, just as long as I keep it in the dark. With the lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark. Hey! This is Pat's solo time right here.
This is me on the guitar, thank you.
So I don't even know. Every guy wanna take her home. That ain't what's going on. No, no, no. She's right here by my side, going home with me tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She likes to keep it in the dark, with her lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark, with her lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark.
Yes, sir. Wow. How good is that?
Sitting back down to Bedford.
Clayton Anderson, that's great.
That's a hit.
Really cool.
Yes.
That song is a hit.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
And if their dad's short, don't try and pick him up. Oh, you're like a little baby, Daddy.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom Radio.
Now, we've got a couple of heads in here that have a lot of skin on them. One would be mine. The other would belong to Clint Howard, actor. Now, are you in every one of your brother Ron Howard's movies?
Oh, no, there's been a lot. Actually, the one that stopped the streak was, Ransom. And then I wasn't in Beautiful Mind, and I wasn't in any of the Da Vinci Code movies.
Did that hurt your feelings?
Can I say it pisses me off?
Yeah, of course you can.
Sure. Your honesty is wonderful and refreshing.
Yes.
John Joseph is our guest.
Try to figure out the words. Nobody. Dylan. Do you know the words to Dylan songs?
Not one of them.
Here's every song ever written by Bob Dylan. Did I get them all? Did I miss any?
You got it.
Holy mackerel, Andy. Is that really his voice?
I think it is.
Come on. You think when Bob Dylan was in kindergarten class, he was saying stuff like, he took my glue?
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Tom, tell us about your life. You married, single? What's going on?
Married. Very happily married. I got a friend going through a midlife crisis. You know anyone like that?
Oh, yeah.
And he's asking me what he should do.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep telling him cheating is like growing pot.
Like growing pot.
You can do it and get away with it, but you can't ever, ever tell anyone.
Ever. Anybody. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Jeff Oskay.
That's right.
Josh Arnold not here. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee. Here's Tom Griswold with our special guest.
He is comedian Paul Morrissey. And we were talking about the movie Hoosiers off the air. Paul, a big fan. Who isn't? It's interesting. You'll be playing a hall not too far from where the finale of that movie was actually filmed many years ago. Recently voted the best sports movie of all time.
And can I bring my tape measure? Is the court still there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
10 feet.
Remember that?
What a great scene.
That's
what a
amazing.
classic moment.
Triple classic.
Pat, would you like to leave us with a song before we head out of here?
What would you like there, buddy?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking...
Time now for today. What?
I thought we'd interrupt today in history with something, an historic performance.
Well, he doesn't act like he wants to do it.
Well, we were arguing off the air about what song to do, and you got that piano over there?
I do, yeah.
Okay, do you want me to set this up for you?
Here he is now.
We've had a lot of stories about things strewn over the highway. You had the lemons all over the highway.
That's right. We had some wine.
Yeah, we've had sort of sad ones where there's live animals in a truck and it turns over. And
oh yeah,
that's a rough cleanup. But
perfect for a song. Yeah,
we've had grapes, we've had prunes, but this week we had an interesting news story in which celery closed down a freeway. You don't hear much about celery. Doesn't make the news much.
No, it doesn't.
Celery primarily associated with what in your life?
Dieting, probably.
I was going to say in your case, Christy, I was going to say Bloody Marys.
I'm not a Bloody Mary fan, but if you want to think that, go right
here's
ahead.
Pat.
Thanks for yes-anding.
If you're on a diet, this vegetable in particular, is your friend. Oh, you burn more calories digesting it than it has. Put it in your Bloody Mary, like our Christy Lee, but she doesn't do it anymore. Or slather it on with peanut butter and cream cheese. Celery is negative calories. Dieters breathe a sigh of relief. Everybody, celery. I swear it's stalking me. I got those stringy pieces in my teeth. Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much, Patty G.
Are you a celery eater, Paul?
It's also negative taste.
Here's Tom.
Thank you very much. It adds a nice crunch to chicken salad. Celery's great.
I like it. What would you talk about those little boats with the little raisins and peanut butter in it?
Okay.
Time now for Today in History.
Ants on a log, my friend.
Not a great day. Now, you had in sports.
What?
You had Today in History in Sports. It was a special segment earlier today.
Mr. Ed hit a home run against Sandy Koufax.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And to this day, still, he's the only horse to ever hit a home run against a Hall of Fame pitcher.
Do you remember the episode of the Beverly Hillbillies where the Jethro, they found out, could throw
sorghum ball or something?
Yeah, throw a perfect pitch, and he was striking everybody out, and they realized he was putting sorghum on the ball, which thus made it illegal. Again, with the Dodgers. And I want to say Don Drysdale was in that episode.
Could have been.
The Herman Munster one was great, too, when he tried out for the Dodgers.
Yeah,
that was great.
Herman tried out for the Dodgers.
Yeah. Very, very good. On this date in history, we're out of time already.
You don't sound like you've got anything to do. I was trying to help.
Well, Thomas Edison showed his first motion picture.
Oh, who'd he steal that from?
I don't know. All I know is it got a very low rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Even then, they had Rotten Tomatoes.
They just
wow.
This is unfortunate. In 1927, the jazz singer Al Jolson, by the way, first person to be canceled in contemporary culture, and with good reason. I think they have remade the jazz singer. Remember with Neil Diamond?
Oh yeah.
What's the famous line in that?
I have no son was what's his name said.
Lawrence Olivier.
There you go. Thank you for helping.
To Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then
Papa. Okay.
Papa. I want to see.
Happy birthday, Bruno Sammartino. You know who that is, Christy?
No.
Longest reigning WWE
The former
champion.
Prime Minister of
WWE champion?
Uzbekistan.
And then Tony Dungy. Happy birthday, Tony Dungy.
Oh, I know who he is.
Sweet, nice guy.
Yeah, very nice. Former neighbor.
And that's pretty much it for today.
Time now for things we learned on the show today. Josh Arnold is on assignment. He's actually fishing with his brothers.
I hope they win. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Playing
Yeah, great story.
grab ass in a cabin somewhere. Paul Morrissey, our comedic guest, told us about a tarantula migration. Evidently, they crossed the road. Is that right? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Tarantulas crossed the road? Was I here?
They close off the road so that they don't get squished by cars.
Oh. Christy enjoys English toffee ice cream.
I do, but you don't find it very much
Can't
anymore.
find it anymore?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
No.
There used to be a Turkish coffee that UDF used to put out, United Dairy Farmers.
Really?
Yeah, it was very good.
There's no Werther's ice cream?
You making fun of me?
No, I'm serious.
It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
Here, try this.
I'm an old woman.
Hey, old lady, how about those Werther's?
I like a Werther's,
There you
too. Like them when I was 12. I'll like them now.
Tom told us a story about enjoying butter pecan ice cream in honor of his mother.
It's delicious.
And we were riveted.
No, it was a story about never trying anything. And now Mr. Morrissey has never had an egg.
Right.
There's a huge list of things you've never eaten, and I had never had butter pecan, so I tried it. Hey, Mom
Butter
was right.
pecan.
Mom was right again.
It's
It's pecan, not pecan.
Of course, but you would say pecan because you would go pecan to be snooty, but
I'm a man of the people.
Are you going to try something new? And the next time you come here, I want to hear that you've tried something new.
Okay.
an omelet. A chicken omelet.
Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Minimax Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show.